Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Get over here where the comments are so I can see.
Hi, Internet.
Who is in here? Oh, well, there's C-Files, but you're up here.
You
There's
can you can inception yourself in my glasses. Look, now you guys are watching me watch you watch us.
nice. There's Duck. Hi, Duck. I think Duck left, but that's glad she stopped in for a few minutes. That's good. Hi, Miss Eve. Sweet Eve. Hello. Miss Karen, have you been acting out in the chat? Huh?
That's why you got a wrench. I like chaos.
That's right. Man, I need this live tonight. Very good. Well, we are going to do some chatting. We're going to do some chatting. And we are going to talk about how guilty we think NK is. Yes, this is Frankie Rusick. And I'm sure he don't mind us showcasing the other woman, the Scuzzy Huzzy. I'm sure he does not mind.
It's all fair use. Fucking
Yeah.
CNN's allowed to do it, so are we.
That's right.
Everyone's allowed to just call themselves a journalist, so fuck it, we're newscasters now.
Right? There we go. We report true crime.
Oh yeah, somebody was yelling at me the other day because I say fuck a lot.
They were yelling at you like out in public?
No, someone's argument to something I said on the internet was, yeah, well, you say fuck too much. Alright, cool,
Okay.
that you didn't disprove my point whatsoever.
Right, right. What's that got to do with anything? I almost typed a text to one of my staff members in this chat. We probably would have just rolled with it, Karen. We would have been like, okay, all
That
right.
would have just been a new bit and turned into a t-shirt, so.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Speaking of which, buy a t-shirt.
Right. Buy a t-shirt. I got something in my eye. I always have something in my eye right when we get started. Always. Never freaking fails. Community if you want to see. Nice, nice. I'm trying to get through the comments. Man, if the staff doesn't stop blowing up my phone, right? They can't give you no peace, can they? Loud. No, you don't. We won't get in trouble for that. You're good. You're good. I know. It gets confusing. I don't know whose channel will be on tomorrow night. But we'll be back here Sunday night for Genre.
Tomorrow, Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
I think me and Cher are doing something tomorrow. I don't know what show we're going to do. We have like 4 shows in mind, but I think me and Cher are doing the Funhouse tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm totally just throwing her under the bus. We could wait till she gets here and ask her. I'm just signing her up for shit.
We could, or you could just put her on the hook, right? Whichever one. She's not
even Cher doing the show tomorrow.
What show will y'all be doing? You know yet?
On how? Oh, I think we might talk about the Perez Hilton thing.
Okay. Well, Karen, it is Friday. You know how people act on Fridays.
That or there was another show we were thinking about doing and we haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
This is why I have my lovely co-host. I forget everything immediately. Cher knows what's going on. I just show up and look really cool.
Hey, that's good. That's good. I just show up and don't look cool and figure out what I need to do. That's how it works. We will have a good one. Thanks, Duck. I know you might have other engagements, so have fun. Love his artwork. Yeah, we all do. He made my thumbnail, of course. He made that tonight. He did. That was a good job on NK. It looks a lot like her. Because some thumbnails that people do, It really doesn't look like her, but that one.
It looks a lot like her because it is.
Yes, I know.
I may or may not have grabbed a screenshot off of Google.
Shh.
It's almost like it's really easy to find pictures of her dumb face.
It is. It is so easy to find pictures. It is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so funny when I do that. People are like, "Oh my god, it looks just like me." I'm like, "That's because I used a picture of you."
Yeah, because I went and found it. I was trying not to be obvious about it, but since you ratted out yourself.
I mean, it doesn't even look cartoonish or anything. It looks like a picture of her.
It does, yeah. You're changing
I got it
your
off Google. What are you gonna sue me for getting a picture off Google?
Nope, because it's out there.
Exactly.
It's out in the public eye. They can't really.
You chose to date a man who killed his whole family, so
Right. He has no rights, in my opinion.
well, he has no rights for sure because of
Right.
the whole, felonies thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she arguably chose to become a public figure.
She sure did. I'm thinking about changing my name to Grumpy Grandma. Grumpy Grandma. It might be taken already, Karen.
No, she did it.
Oh, did you?
Look at
Where?
the bottom of the chat.
I haven't gotten down there yet. Yeah. I'll make it.
I wasn't paying attention to chat before we started. I thought Grumpy Grandma was. I almost said hi. Good, new person. Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Yeah. Then you realized it was Karen?
Well, I saw it was blue, and I was like, huh. That's just a random person.
I will be drinking my coffee out of my mug with your beautiful face on it during the show tonight. Awesome. Do you like all your mugs? They all arrived good, wrapped well and good.
I did get some criticism that the placement on them is a little awkward. You can't see the logo when you're holding it by the actual handle, I guess, but
Oh, so they want it on this. They want it like this if you're holding instead of like this.
yeah. Which I think I can go in and change that, like manually go into the settings and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's kind of one criticism I've gotten from the coffee mugs.
They're a nice size. A lot of coffee mugs are little.
Which
But
one did you get? There's two options. There's 11 ounces, I think, and like 15 ounces.
I don't know, honestly.
I don't know which one would be the default setting on that, but yeah, there's two options.
I don't.
It's not much bigger. One of them it's like 11 or 12 ounces, and the other one's 15 ounces, so it's not like a huge difference. But yeah, there's a bigger one and a smaller one, technically.
How about now?
They keep the coffee hot. Nice. That's the second most important part I was worried about.
Right.
I want them to look cool. That's the most, obviously,
Yeah.
looking cool is the most important part.
Yeah.
But I do want them to be like good, functional mugs that you enjoy using.
Yeah. There's a link in chat. There we go. Pick one out for me, Casey.
One of what? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we picking out? Oh my gosh. Probably a t-shirt. Not critical feedback, right?
I made a purple variant option on the Voices Behind the Wall logo tee.
Oh, we made
Pretty
a
cool.
purple shirt.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I wanted to test it out, and then my literal biggest fan, this kid that I've known since I was a kid, that like he's a couple years younger than me, so he kind of grew up watching me skate, and now he sees what I'm doing with the company and stuff, and just kind of buys fucking everything as I put it out every week. He told me every week I take like $100 out of my paycheck so I can get some stuff from you.
Nice.
So yeah, I just made the purple option just to see how colored shirts would work, and he bought one and got it the other day, and it looks really good.
Oh, good. Good. It's purple with her logo on the front, not the back.
It's purple with it says Voices Behind the Wall, and it's got her clown character like peeking up over the wall, but it's like the letters.
Neat. Oh, I must not have seen that. I'll have to go in there and look at it.
It's well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to change in a week when I get bored of it, but it's the main Voices Behind the Wall logo right now.
Okay, I'll have to go in there and look at it with the purple. Yeah. A t-shirt, you don't have to do it now, she said. When she said, pick one out for me. Damn, my eyeball.
That's awesome. You know, that's my favorite. I mean, I was kind of, I know Cher, first of all, wants purple shit because that's her whole jam, but I don't know, I was kind of thinking something for women. Like, I have a bunch of black t-shirts with super gnarly shit all over them. It's like, I don't know, I could throw in a purple t-shirt and then girls won't feel excluded.
Right.
And then fucking Devin bought one immediately. It was like, sick purple shirt, bro. And it's like, well, thanks, buddy. I love you.
Right. My eye was fine until like.
Oh yeah, when I never, my face never itches. It doesn't have to go a year without scratching my face. The second I get done putting face paint on, all I want to do is itch my face.
Yeah. It's weird. Oh. All right, I wonder if I got any eye drops. I'm going to be changing my background probably pretty soon. And I'm going to change it up to however, like whatever channel I'm going to be on. I'm going to change it up like that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So that my background goes with that.
Yeah, so you have like different sets, basically.
Yeah. I'm going to try to work on that these upcoming months. I know nothing. Let's see what she say. Guys like purple too. Yep.
Oh, I love it. That's my favorite color of purple that's on that shirt. I love it too, but I was just thinking, like, I don't know, maybe it'll be more of a female sort of merge. Not that none of it's really like gender specific. It's all pretty just whatever the fuck, but that was kind of in my head. I was like, oh, this one's for the girls. And then immediately a dude bought it. And I was like, well, or not.
Yeah, he likes it too, I guess. Pink and purple are my two favorite colors. Yeah, I like them too. Karen, are you talking about the Watts case, or are you talking about what C-Files was talking about him and Cher might cover?
Mario?
Yeah,
I didn't know that was his real name until this whole thing happened. That's hilarious.
I was like, wow, that's he doesn't look like a Mario, does he?
I can kind of see the Italian in him now that you say that, but no.
Yeah.
He's got that real Italian beard. That, like...
Yeah.
Thick, like... You guys know what I'm talking about. That Italian 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. They said I did only seen it like right before I started getting ready for my live, but they said he said something. He said to his mom, he woke up and said to her he needed help.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
So at least he acknowledged it. You know, that's his first. That's the first good step. Take the wheel. Yeah. I don't, how many wheels? How many wheels? No, this case tonight, I didn't realize it was part of the Watts case. Oh, see, Casey, that's what you were just saying earlier.
Yeah, you
Bef-
don't know her name.
yeah, before me and you got up here.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
When this all happened back in the day, I didn't know Nicole Kessinger's name. I knew Chris Watts and then some girl he was dating. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
who
Yeah.
the fuck she was until we started doing all this.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, you knew her by Huzzy, didn't you? Scuzzy Huzzy, Ho, Shank, Skank. That's what you knew her by.
Shank is a very different thing.
Yeah, I know it is.
Shanks are honestly quite effective depending on what you need to do.
Well, she was effective in what she did, wasn't she?
I mean, not really. They got busted immediately, so.
Oh, but she got rid of Shanann.
Well, yeah, but she also fucked up the entire rest of her life, so good job.
Yeah, good job. Good job on that.
That
And now,
worked out real well.
if anybody ever knows who you are, they will never marry you.
Your boyfriend is now in prison forever, and yeah, I'm not. You're, what's it called, a Black Widow now.
Yeah, yep. Checking out new phone. Be up soon. Okay, cool.
Fucking go live from Walmart. You won't do it.
Live from Walmart.
My friend TCB for Life that pops into my channel every now and again usually just talks a bunch of shit to me because he's my friend.
Yeah.
Forget what we were doing one day. I was on a live stream. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but he was like, "Oh yeah, man, I just got to run into Walmart real quick, and then I'm gonna hop up there, whatever, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Fucking go live to Walmart, you won't." And then I see his thing pop up, and I was like, "No way!" And I click on it, and sure enough, he's just in Walmart. Like, oh, fucking think I won't go live?
Yeah. Did you know he had a small affair with another woman while dating and put it on my chin? I don't believe that, Eve. I don't believe he had that affair with her. I seen it and but I don't believe it. It's
Was
too
it an affair or was it a one night stand?
it's like a one night stand kind of thing, but I don't believe it. I don't believe her. I think she just wanted I think she just wanted
Attention.
yeah, just wanted to be a part of the case. I don't think he ever because here's my thing on that. He never when was he going to have the freaking time? If he
Oh, I mean,
if
well, I guess
he
we would
was
have
there,
to.
if Shanann was there and NK was there, when was he going to have the time to work in a night with this one?
We would have to figure out when this allegedly happened, but I would assume the same 5 weeks that Shanann was gone, and like, I don't know, maybe NK was, I don't know, for whatever reason they weren't hanging out that night. Like,
Yeah.
I can see him going and having a random one night stand, but okay, fuck off, lady. You have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. And the thing
Not
she
every
said,
girl that's had sex with him has anything to do with this.
she said the stuff she said about him, I was like, I don't I I mean, I think he's a piece of crap, and I think that he probably did get kinky with NK because she taught him that. But the some of the stuff that I heard her saying, I just don't see him doing that.
Yeah, it was very like she was trying to paint a picture that he was a really violent dude.
Yeah,
I don't know about all that. Maybe, but
yeah. I mean, and I think she figured she could say that because he took out his family, which is violent.
Well,
But
right. In hindsight, he was a very violent dude, but that
yes,
doesn't mean he was
yeah,
like, yeah.
I just don't believe her. I think she was doing it for the attention. Um, about this case was by a big creator who did a deep dive, so I don't know much about it really. Wasn't part of the community back then. Yeah, I wanted to go through. See, we went through his interrogations already, and then I want to go through hers, and then we're gonna watch. In between, we'll be watching other stuff, but we're also gonna watch Shanann's Facebook post that she did.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
her
kind
fucking
of,
pyramid scheme social media job.
yeah. So you can kind of look at, at her videos and stuff. Um, the thing about her being on social media was she wasn't on there. They broke it down. Another channel broke it down on how many videos she did per month in the year that she died, and she didn't do that many.
Well, no, because it was a. I'm sorry, but it was a pyramid scheme. She was selling shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, people were like, she's always on social media. She never does, is never
No,
off there. But
most
that's not
of
true. If you look at her social media, she was not live that much.
most of those like sales product. What would you call that? Not a product reviewer, but a um, like sales rep,
Yeah,
pyramid
yeah,
scheme type jobs
yeah.
like that.
Representative or whatever you want to call them. Yeah,
Most of them aren't. You have like you're required to do like let's say 3 or 4 promotional things a month. And so she could do like let's say 1 or 2 live streams, and then she could go to like the mall or some shit and pass out flyers,
yeah.
and then there's your 2 or 3 promotional whatevers a month, and then they send you
Hmm.
the product and you sell it.
Yeah, yeah. Karen NK is a Huzzy full of bullshit.
Yes.
Amen, sister. Amen, sister. Yeah, you will. You will. Absolutely, you will. Yep. I'm going to go over here and get it. I need to bring it up. So, if y'all remember last time we were on here, this was her interrogation. This is her dad over here. So, she's not being interrogated. I'm very sorry. She is being talked to as a protected witness.
Did she get protected in all of this?
She wasn't she wasn't a um, under witness protection. She wasn't under witness protection. She was a protected witness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. She
Yeah,
got like protected witness status and all this.
she did.
That's insane.
She did.
Hi,
Regardless
co-host.
of the fact that the DA knew there was evidence, the Tammy Lee knew there was evidence. Tammy Lee said at the interview when they went to, was it Wisconsin, to interview Chris, Tammy Lee said to him, "We know she was there in the basement when Shanann got home." It's in the interview. They know she was there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's in the interview. Cher is here, in case y'all did not see her.
Yeah, I said hi, co-host, and she ignored me.
One. Hi. Hi, Karen. Hi. Well, I'm back on the meeting.
You're back muted. What?
She was echoing really bad. Did you not hear that?
Yeah, she was echoing. This time I heard it. I didn't hear it the other night on your channel, but I hear it on here. Wouldn't that mean that they thought she knew something about it all? Yeah, absolutely. And she did. She knew a lot. a lot. Because in this interrogation, she tells them she did not know about that Shanann was pregnant until she went missing. But that's not true, because it was on Shanann's social media. And because she posted it. And the same day she posted that she was pregnant, they did the little video. They had to do it like 3 or 4 times, because Chris's reaction scared her so bad the first time she told him and recorded it. It scared her so bad that they had to do it like 3 times.
She kept messing up. But she had it online before that. She had already known the gender and the name when they made that video.
Yes, she did, but because it was the 11th. Let me see, what day did she find out? I wrote it down. The baby's gender. Let me find out. But she texted her friend and said, we had to do the baby video more than once because Chris scared me. His look scared me. I was scared of him. It's in a text message to her friend.
Even the video they actually put out, he doesn't look happy about it.
No. But he wanted it.
Well, sure he did.
And what he did say he wanted it.
I guess when you want to have it happen, you straight up made it sound like it was her idea.
He did. But in the interview, he said, I'm the one that, and even he said, I'm the one that wanted the baby, but the thing that he said was, I'm the one that wanted the baby, but the problem was I didn't think she would get pregnant that fast, because it took us so long to get pregnant with Celeste and Bella, that I thought this would take a while too. That's what he said.
But what? But then wouldn't you be happy when it happened faster?
Yeah. So that's why.
If you want the child, and then you're like, well, it's probably going to take a while because it took a while with the other one, and then it just, the first time you knock her up, wouldn't that be a victory? Didn't you win? Like.
But I think the reason he said that was he told Shanann he wanted another baby, but he thought it wouldn't take, and by the time he was ready, he wanted to ask her to separate, that she wouldn't be pregnant. You see what I'm saying? He was counting on it to take forever to happen.
Then why even tell her you want a kid in the first place?
Right. Yeah. Unless he's trying to confuse her.
I mean,
hello, Karma.
Even if you're trying to confuse her, though, what's the point?
Yeah, it makes no sense, does it? It makes no sense. He's an idiot. But I was trying to remember the day. I got it written down. I was trying to, let me look it up. The day she went to the doctor. I have that written down because I wanted to, because she went to the doctor before she went to North Carolina, and then she went after she was supposed to come after she came back. But the more,
yeah, she was going to the doctor like literally hours after she got home, right? Because she got home super late.
Yep. It was at 9 a.m. on the 13th when she got back, but she had went to the doctor before that. And I thought I wrote that date down, but I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't write that down. But I thought I did. But she went, the June 22nd through 26th was her trip. Her and Chris went on a trip together to San Diego. And I think right after then she came back and she went to the doctor.
Actually, will you explain to me why couples who are separating and or have separated feel the need to go on family vacations together as if nothing is wrong?
Well, she didn't know there was something wrong in June. When they went on,
Would there be a reason why you would maybe go on a holiday vacation with your ex-husband?
ex-husband?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. He's an ex for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I am not. No. I don't even want to be in the same room with mine.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's absolutely no reason for that. That is hogwash.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah. You said they went on their own little trip together, and it reminded me of somebody I know who, out of left field, was like, oh yeah, I'm going on a vacation with my ex, but like nothing's happening. And I was like, I fucking don't believe you. Just tell me you're trying to get back together with them, but like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, no. Negative. Why would you want to do that?
Well, that I kind of didn't understand what you were saying. I thought you were saying in the middle of Chris and Shanann having marital problems, they just went on vacation. And I was like, why the fuck do people do that? That's not the first time I've seen that.
Now, they were supposed to go to Aspen when she come back from Arizona, the last trip when she came back from Arizona. They were supposed to go on a couple's retreat to work on their marriage. They were supposed to do that. But that would have been in August. But, of course, we know that he killed them all. So, but in June when they went, that was a trip she won. So that was a Thrive trip that she had won. That's why they went there. And then after she went there and came back, then she went to North Carolina on, I think, the 27th, 28th, 29th, somewhere along in there. She flew to North Carolina to be with her family for like 6 weeks. And then then Chris was supposed to come there and spend the last week there. And then they were all flying back. And that's when she knew something was wrong. When he came there and he was acting weird and he was like distancing himself, and that's when he wouldn't sleep with her, and that's when she felt really good until he got there. Then all of a sudden she got really sick. She couldn't sleep or eat anything. So that's when they discussed separating because of the way he was acting.
So in her mind, everything was cool,
Up
basically up until he got to her. Was it her parents' house?
Yeah, her parents.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, until then, she thought everything was good. But then when he came, she knew automatically something was wrong.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense then.
And she had already questioned him about, he had paid for dinner. No, she hadn't questioned him about that. She questioned him about that while she was in Arizona. While she was in Arizona, that's when he had the dinner with Nicole.
Yeah, when he like put it on their credit card or whatever.
Yeah. And so the suspicion started when they were actually in North Carolina. That's when they were going to separate. And then when she came back and then flew to Arizona, then the charge came up there, and that's when she knew for sure then. Because in his interview that Chris does, he's like, she knew I was having an affair. He He's like, in her heart, she knew I was having an affair.
I mean, yeah, probably.
And he had told, his parents knew it too. And they
Well, he
were,
probably told them.
yeah, they were okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't like her anyway.
Yeah, so they were okay with it. Yeah. So that's the other thing that pisses me off because, you know, even if you don't like her, they're still married. It's still
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
whether you like
For some
her.
reason, I forget they never got. She was gone before they had a chance to get divorced. For some reason, I always want to say that they were divorced because, like, obviously the tragedy happened. But yeah, I forgot they never actually separated.
Mm-mm.
Like,
And
I mean, he was cheating on her, so that is what it is. But they never like officially separated.
right, yeah, they weren't. And Nicole keeps saying they're separated and they've already filed for divorce. No, they hadn't. They had not. They had not. And Shanann wanted to sell the house before she thought something was wrong because it was getting too crowded because all of the, like when they first built their house, all that area behind them was empty. And then they started building houses back there, which you should have known that was coming because it always does. I mean, you're never, if you're in town like that or close to town like that, and you move in a subdivision, you're never gonna not be surrounded probably. You know, new houses are gonna come in.
No, yeah, that's like your only option is my goal in life, which is buy one of those like 100-acre ranches out in the middle of fucking Texas somewhere
Yeah.
that like you fly in a goddamn helicopter to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's like not even a road.
Yeah. Right.
Then you won't have any neighbors.
Right. You won't have to worry about it then. So I think she wanted to move out away from there because she wanted. Yeah, you better try again shortly, Miss Thing. She kind of wanted to move further out, so that was a plan already about selling the house. So she was going to call a realtor when she got back. But taking the children out of school was not a plan. And Chris called the morning that they went missing, and before they were even announced missing, and said the kids would not be going to that school.
Well, yeah, that was to give himself an alibi for when the kids didn't show up at school.
Yeah. So, but, yeah. But NK is, in my opinion, guilty. And I don't know how people live at night knowing they let somebody go walk the streets that could have possibly had something to do with this. I don't know how you live with that.
I mean, unfortunately, everybody kind of got, like, the media gets to have an end to this story where the bad guy pled guilty and the police and the law enforcement get to be the heroes because they caught the big scary murderer guy. Like, I think in most people's minds this whole case is wrapped up. Like, okay, that's it, he did it, there's nothing more to see here.
Yeah. But there's so much more to see. Now, I know, and see if you agree with this, I know that Chris Watt's case will never be opened again. Because that's his case. They found him guilty. He will, his part will never be opened again. He's done. But they could open another case on her.
At the very least, I'm sure they could try to go after her for, if not accessory, is it withholding information or There's a charge for knowing something and not telling the police.
Yeah, withholding evidence, I guess.
I feel
Especially,
like there's a fancy legal word for it, but yeah, something like that.
yeah. Mr. Salem.
Hey, we're doing a podcast, guy.
He's got a gripe all the way down the climbing post. For what reason, I don't know. I guess he just wants to be heard. It's been quiet this whole time I've been in, and all of a sudden he wants to start bellowing. So, yeah, I don't think, like, for as far as him, the case being open against him, no, because he's where he needs to be. He's definitely where he needs to be. But they could open one on her and investigate her. I would hope that they will.
I don't know. At this point, it seems like there would have to be something in it for somebody. Like at this point, like I said, everyone kind of has their nice fairy tale ending and we got the bad guy. So for, I don't know, let's say a prosecutor to be like, you know what, I want to reopen this case and start looking into Nicole and start digging into stuff, he would have to feel like there's something more to gain. Because if you do that and then you find out she didn't have anything to do with it and you can't charge her on anything, now instead of the law being held as this, like, look how awesome of a job they did in this case, if you fuck up trying to prosecute Nicole, now you look like a dumbass and you undo all the good press you got for getting Chris.
Yeah. And I don't think the DA that prosecuted Chris would never go after NK, but maybe if the new DA comes in, maybe he will.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just the first example I could pull out of the top of my head. It could be anyone, but point being, I feel like they got, at least if you follow the mainstream narrative, they basically got like a flawless victory on that one. So you would have to be really confident to go re-explore that one and put a mark on that perfect record.
Yeah. What in the world? Okay. All right, I was just making sure my phone did something funny because I had it on the live just to make sure. Did we go live?
Yeah. We're good.
Phone's acting. It went off and then came back on like the countdown was going again, and I'm like, no, the countdown's not going again. So weird.
No, it's been working on my end the whole time.
Technology. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with everything lately.
I don't either. Well, there's only two of us in here. CJ, see, Casey, besides me and you, there's only two in chat, so that's okay. We will still carry on.
We'll go share our video to everybody and fucking go troll bomb your favorite creator into coming over here.
Which one?
I don't know. Whoever their favorite creator is, go troll bomb all the people into coming over here.
That's right. I see some people have went live, but that's okay. That's all right. We are gonna go. Where's my video? There it is. Okay, and make it bigger. It's so weird how they've got so dark in there. But as I was saying earlier, she is not being interrogated. She's there as a witness. So, a witness to what? When you say witness to me, that means somebody that has saw something. That's what a witness is.
Yeah, that's a good point. If her whole, I guess, alibi here is like, I wasn't there, I don't know, I didn't see anything, blah, 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 what are you a witness to then?
Yeah. So a protected witness means you saw something and you need to be protected. They're like, no, that's the witness protection program. But she's still you're still calling her a witness. No matter what word you put in front of it, she's still a witness, which means she saw something. But she's saying she didn't see anything.
Or was a witness to his plan.
A witness to the plan?
Yeah, it was premeditated, they said, which it was.
Yeah, yeah. So she was a witness to the plan. That don't make her guilty?
Well, like I was saying a minute ago, that's at least a conspiracy charge. Or not conspiracy, what am I think? Oh, dude. I just said it. Accessory. Holy shit.
Yeah, accessory. Yeah. So the only bombshell, because the DA's like, oh, well, she gave us some bombshell information that solved the case. Whatever. The only thing she could have given them, only thing, in my opinion, that she could have maybe given them was the idea that they could be at Survey 319. That's where he would have put them. What other information could she have given that wouldn't implicate herself?
Didn't Chris end up telling them that's where they were, though?
After they brought the pictures in and showed him, they asked him, could they be here at,
yeah.
We think that this is where they are. So, hi Claudia. So that's the only thing I would know that would be bombshell information that she would have. But then that would still be like, well, what would make you think he took them there? Because she says he's a dumbass and takes them to his job site. Okay, well, you're probably the dumbass that helped him think to go there.
Right? Why would... Yeah, I guess if we're going to pretend she doesn't know anything about this, why would that be her first instinct? Oh, obviously he took the dead bodies to his place of work? That's not where I would be taking dead bodies, but sure.
Right. Right. So, and I think part of that stems from their plan got messed up with Nicole Atkins and the other two friends that started calling, wanting welfare checks on Shanann. You know, she didn't show up at the doctor. She wasn't answering her phone. She wasn't responding back, which she always did. So I think that messed them up because then they had to change. I think they always were going to put them there. But I think how they did it was kind of like cleaning up and stuff the house, you know, getting rid of the stuff that was in the house and making it look, getting rid of like the sheet that was in the trash can. They would have never done that had they had time to clean that up.
No, they would have made it look more like Shanann just took the girls and left one day while he was at work and left a divorce note.
Yeah. And so I think that, you know, the friends messed that up because they kind of made them rush through their plans and they didn't think they were going to have to. So I think that was their plan the whole time, was to take them there. And the other thing about Survey is it was supposed to be originally it was supposed to be decommissioned in September. Then they changed the date to December. But they weren't using that site. They were just keeping an eye on it. So if their plan had have went through, they could have left them there from August to December, and nobody would have ever found the girls until it was.
Yeah, the girl. They may have been able to find traces and identify them in the tank, but also they still would have found Shanann. She probably would have been very decomposed, but they would have found her.
Yeah, skeleton by then.
It'd be dumb to bring them down no matter what. Even with posting it, people were posting on the courses.
What was that last bit? It'd be dumb to bring them there. What? It is dumb to bring them there. I agree. But I think they thought, in the big scheme of things, I really think they thought nobody would think to go to look there, and by December they would be very well hidden. You know, it'd be hard. They're going to have to go through the whole thing of skeleton remains and all that kind of stuff, and by that time there's no telling what Nicole and Chris would have been doing.
Yeah, I just don't. That doesn't make any sense, because, like, if you're planning on getting away with this and riding off into the sunset with your new girlfriend, why are you only buying yourself a couple of months? Like, they're still gonna find remains. They're still. It might take them longer to figure out who it is, but they're going to.
Yeah.
Why not try to put them somewhere where they won't be found, and you can just ride off into the sunset with your new girlfriend?
Yeah. And he didn't do that by himself. There's no way he had time to take all three of them out there and dig that hole by himself.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Shares in the back chat, but that's a good point. People were still going there, and they know Chris was working that spot and checking it. Like, he was back and forth out there all the time. So no matter what, even if he would have tried to be like, oh, I don't know, it wasn't me, it must have been a serial killer, they're going to be like, that's crazy. Why are they at your work location, asshole?
Well, see, Chris was keeping them from going there because there was a leak there. And you got to remember, they could have blown it up because he had a gas can with him. He never takes a gas can with him. If their plan was it leaking, they had it on record that it was leaking. So if his plan was let it leak and then I blow it up, what are the odds of them finding them at all?
Still pretty high.
Yeah. But you buried Shanann, so the explosion's not going to carry all the way over to where she's at. So now what are you going to do?
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. They would probably still find traces of person. They may not have been able to identify the girls, but they would know someone was in there, and then they would find Shanann and be like, well, I bet I know who the other two are.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know why they, even on her part, that was stupid. Because he didn't think to take them there all by himself. Because he can't even remember when he was telling what happened to the girls. He said they were choked, but they weren't. They were smothered. He couldn't even get that right. So, hi, Mr.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess by the time they found them, an autopsy still would have been able to show that. Well, his whole excuse for why he did it was he walked in and Shanann was choking one of the girls.
Yeah, and that wasn't true.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, of course he would say they were choked because that was his whole alibi for why he did it.
Yeah. So, taking them to Survey 3, now, I think they just got. I think it was pre-planned, but I feel like if it had been pre-planned, why did they? Was it pre-planned to take them to Survey 319? Or did that happen because. It couldn't have happened because Nicole Atkins called, because all this happened before Nicole. They took them to Survey 319 before anybody started suspecting Shanann something was wrong. So that had to have been in their plan the whole time. That had to have been part of their plan.
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know. I guess hindsight being 2020 and people are dumb and don't understand how things work. I can see them like having a conversation about like, okay, when we do this, how are we going to hide the evidence? What are we going to do here? And then being like, oh, the fucking oil tanker location that's going to be decommissioned and shut down. And I don't know, maybe they were planning on blowing it up and never got around to it, which is also very dumb, but I guess I can kind of see how if you didn't know any better, you would think that would be a good spot.
Well, and here's the other thing. I don't think in the original plan, in Chris's mind, was included the girls.
I don't know. I go back and forth on that one. I don't know if he wanted to, but I bet you fucking NK here wanted him to.
Exactly.
I don't know if he thought it was actually going to happen or if he thought she was just, oh, well, if we get one, we might as well get them all. And he was like, shut the fuck up, lady.
I think it was just Shanann. And I think they were going to do it when the kids were asleep. And then the kids would have just woke up and they just couldn't find mommy. That's what I think. I don't think the girls were originally in Chris's eyes, but they were in hers the whole time. That's how I feel about that.
But they must have planned it. Cher said they must have planned it, or there would have been pre-dug graves.
Yeah, right. Planned Survey 319? Or just planned it in general. Right.
But wouldn't... Yeah, that's why we're saying it wasn't planned, because there wasn't... He put her in a shitty, shallow grave and put them in the tank.
Yeah. And he could, if they had pre-planned it to take them somewhere else, why didn't they?
Oh.
So I'm
reading this backwards. Cher's saying he would have found a location and pre-dug 3 graves and not hastily did what he did.
Right.
I was...
That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I was understanding that backwards. I see what you're saying now, Cher. By the way, I'm in the back chat playing translator for my co-host.
Yeah. That's why I think she was saying hi to somebody.
No, I said thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know what the fuck is going on with your shit. We gotta fix that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, see, this is why. See if I can explain why I think about the plan better. So, before Chris already left the house, and the plans was already in tow when NK's phone pinged at his house. He was already gone. He left like 5:48 in his truck. Nicole's phone pinged at 6:16 at his house.
So do
So
you think he was? Do you think he told her like, "Get the fuck over here right now," and then he left before she had a chance to get there?
I think she was there to clean up.
Well, if he left at 5:48 and her phone didn't ping until like a half hour later,
I think
where
I think she was, because she was at his house after he left. Her phone pinged there.
I guess I don't know enough about how phone pings work.
Yeah.
Would it not? I guess in my head, I'm assuming because the phone pinged there at 6:16, that's when she got there. Is that not how that works?
Yeah. Yeah. But he was already gone.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So what's going on? If
Well,
we're thinking she was already there when it happened, wouldn't her phone have pinged at 5:30 in the morning? And
yeah, right. I think she left and came back. That's what I think. Because she left and went somewhere. Survey 319.
but then why wouldn't her phone have?
With,
Oh, well, back chat. Unless her phone was off, that's true. She might have left and turned her phone on, and well, actually, yeah. If you're in that situation and your phone is off, and you say, "Okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, go to the gas station and get some cigarettes or whatever the fuck you do after you do that to people," I guess it would make sense that you would then turn your phone on so you can keep in touch with Chris.
yeah, you almost have to. But the reason I don't think 319 was a second choice was because they had already left and took them where they were going to take them hours before Nicole Atkins realized something was wrong. So it wasn't because of Nicole Atkins that they rushed them out to 319 and put them there. Because this was later in the morning. They had already disposed of them out there. So it had to have been part of their plan originally, is what I'm saying. Did that make sense?
Well, yeah, and that's what Cher was saying in the back chat here about, like, if he would have had somewhere else to take them, it makes sense that he would have had either pre-dug graves or, like, a fire started if he was going to do it that way, or however he planned on doing this. But yeah, I think the only part that I think they did what they wanted to do up until they didn't have time to stage the house to make it look like a divorce. Like they got caught trying to set up their own alibi.
Yeah. Yep. They did. And, you know, we've already talked about the camera caught. We've already talked about the camera caught somebody in September a woman going in the house, but not coming out. So I think what was that? I think,
Fucking hot rods going down the.
yeah.
I live in South Central LA, and people just ride dirt bikes down the street because fucking anarchy.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. So, what was I saying?
You were saying that someone was caught on camera going into the house and never coming out.
Right. So that's when I thought we were talking about the box, you know, using the box and the code and stuff.
Yeah.
So the reason I think she wasn't caught and it didn't send off an alarm is because A, she had that box, so she had the code. And two, she went out the back. They're like, well, there was a stick in the door, so she couldn't have went out the door. Of course she didn't. She crawled out that window that's in the basement and went out that way because there's no cameras in the back.
Was that window found open, though?
No, but she closed it. They didn't check it. They didn't go and, like, try to lift it. They just walked around the house and seen that it was closed. They didn't try to lift it. The one down in the basement. What'd Cher say? See, I believe NK was around when they died because she was the one to take the ring or tell him to take the... Yep. Chris wouldn't have done that or thought that. That's either NK or possibly his mother told him to take the ring. I agree. Oh, what happened? Go back to it. I agree.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just petty. Maybe I'm just a fucking asshole, but I know how caught up women get in their wedding rings. I might take that just as a final fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've watched ladies freak out about their wedding ring, even if they're maybe not married to that person anymore. Mm-hmm. So, like, I personally would take that shit and throw it in the ocean. Be like, you want your fucking ring? Go get it, bitch.
Yeah.
But who knows if Chris Watts knows that about ladies? Maybe I'm just jaded.
Well, they put it in her car. So, I don't know if their plan was to blow her car up also. If they had planned to blow Survey 319, I don't know if they were going to drive her car out there and let that be a part of it, but he hid her ring in the car, and so when he got there, when everybody was waiting on him to get there, the police and Nicole Atkins and all them was waiting on him to get there to open the door so they can go inside. He don't go to the front door. He goes to the garage, opens the garage, and goes straight to the car.
Well, yeah, I mean, he obviously knew, like. Oh no! Do I have an echo now?
No.
Fuck. All right. I have an echo on my end.
Cher is laughing. What is the problem? Did she say you have an echo?
No, I hear myself having an echo.
Oh, God.
All right, hold on.
Not me. I chucked mine going over a bridge. Misdemeanor. Hey, yeah. But there's a text from Nicole saying, pawn it. She even says in this interview she told him to do that. And I'm like, first of all, it's none of your business. It's not even for you to be telling him what to do with it or her, right? Because you didn't spend money. You didn't put money into that thing. You didn't spend money on that ring. And you're telling him what to do with it.
Well, like I said, it's just... I don't know what it is actually, but a lot of ladies get really attached to their wedding rings. Mm-hmm. And I know how petty you ladies get about your dude's ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that she would be like, oh, fucking take that wedding ring off and melt it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You talking about...
Do I really not have an echo?
I'm not hearing you.
Can anybody in the chat tell me if I have an echo? Because I can hear it on my own end.
Can y'all hear an echo? Do y'all hear C-Files echoing?
It's doing it to me now? Fuck.
Yes, okay, y'all. I can't hear it. I don't know why I can't hear it.
Let me back all the way out and come back in.
Okay. This is the trouble we were having the other night was echoes. I always believe NK and Jim took the girls to the oil tanks and put them in there because I don't think Chris could do that to his girls. I don't care what Chris Watts says about the girls all lies. I agree. I think they did too. I agree. You know, he's like I said, he's a piece of crap and he's where he needs to be. But I don't think he did that to the girls. Because he says in his interview, I can't believe she put her hands on my girls. Well, if he was talking about Shanann, he would say, I can't believe she put her hands on our girls. He didn't say that. He's like, I can't believe she put her hands on my girls. Well, here's my thing. If she did that to your girls and you're going to just allow her to walk the street knowing she did that to your girls, why? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you take her down with you? I mean, what else? There's nothing worse that can happen to you besides you going to prison, which you're going. So why don't you take her down with you? What else worse could possibly happen to you? It's echoing. Yeah, he went out and he's going to try to come back in, hopefully. We were having this issue the other night. That's why we didn't go live for very long, because Cher couldn't figure hers out. She was echoing. That's why she got in chat. And now it's echoing again tonight. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's StreamYard. I don't know what it is. I'm not echoing, am I? I shouldn't be. I don't have nothing open. So I should not be. No, okay. Okay. All right, mate. There he comes. Let's see.
Okay. Hi, Internet. I'm back.
Do you hear any echoing?
I sound good on my end, but
Yeah, I don't hear any. Yours got really loud, but no echo. Very good.
mine did.
Mm-hmm. Or did mine get really loud?
It might be mine because I had to turn my mic up.
Okay. Misdemeanor said that's better. So weird. The stuff that's happening with the no echo yet.
No echo. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to crank my mic up the other day because whatever was happening where you guys said my volume was really low, but will everybody just right now go to cfiles.bigcartel.com and buy some shit so I can afford to get me and my friends some good studio equipment so this doesn't happen anymore?
Right.
That's good. All right, thank you.
Good. All right. So I think we're going to get into the video now. Stop it at any. Tell me to stop at any time if you want to say anything. See files, and we'll see how far we get into it today. We're already an hour and 15 minutes, and we ain't even watched it. All right. Let me turn on closed captions because sometimes you can't hear what she says. I went back just like 20 seconds because it was in the middle of her talking, so I just went back a little bit so we could kind of start at a point.
Yeah, we're good.
Sounded like from their separation, from them trying to separate, that was a big deal for him, where he was saying that the reason that they don't really get along anymore is because he feels like he's not heard. He says that you know, he comes home from work and he tries to talk to her and she'll just be like, 1 minute.
Bullshit. She does not do that.
I'm on the phone. Or she'll like scroll through social media and she like doesn't acknowledge him. And he said that he'd addressed it with her a few times and they're calm. He said they don't really like fight. Like they don't scream and yell. And he said he'd addressed it with her a few times and he said it just fell on deaf ears. He's like, she just seems like she's not interested anymore. And I think it made him sad because, I mean, he was like all about his kids and he seemed like he was trying to be all about her, but it just wasn't reciprocated. And
You can still be all about your kids. That's no excuse not to be all about your kids.
Also, I don't.
How you?
From what I understand, Shanann was the one that was like trying to, like, he was trying to be all over him, and he was the one that like wouldn't have sex with her and didn't want to hang out and like wouldn't really talk to her, and like it was my understanding that it was that she was reciprocating and he was the one being cold shoulder.
Yeah, she's gaslighting basically. She's reversing what was happening. Everything she said is opposite. It was Chris that was acting. That's what made Shanann suspect he was having an affair, was because he did that. Well, you know, she was mad when she found out Shanann was pregnant because he's not supposed to be sleeping with his wife. What is he thinking? He's supposed to be true to his mistress. When he can't even be true to his own wife.
They shouldn't have released it. Yeah, I agree with Cher. I don't know why. Like you said, this wasn't an interrogation. This is her being talked to as a witness or a protected witness or whatever the fuck. I don't know why they felt, well, someone would have FOIA requested it and put it out there anyway, but I don't know why the law agency themselves would release this, because this does just show, like, they're in here talking about this case in, like, I feel like with the way she's talking about stuff, most detectives would be like, oh yeah, fucking tell me more about how you were in that house that night. What are you... Like, it's very obvious she knows more than she's putting on.
And the thing is, in here he asked her, I don't know if we've already passed it or not. How long have we got into this video? We might have already passed it. But he asked her, how many forms of communication did you and Chris use? Only email and phone. Well, in here she mentions Skype. So instead of him saying, wait a minute, you said you only use phone and email. Now you're talking about Skype. He just goes right, he don't even say anything. He don't even ask her. He just rolls right past it. Well, she lied to you. She just told you we only communicate by phone and email. And then not even an hour into your interrogation or whatever this is, she mentioned Skype. And you just let it go.
Well, yeah, but so... We go through so many fucking true crime cases, I gotta make sure I'm thinking about the right one.
Yeah.
They took her phone and got a warrant for, like, all the calls and text messages, right?
Yes.
So why didn't they do that for Skype?
They said you have to have a special warrant for that. And
For
they
Skype?
And they never tried to.
No, you don't. You have to have a warrant for it, but it's the same as any other fucking warrant on the planet.
They said you had to have a special warrant for it.
That's
Let's see.
That's straight up not true.
You have to have a separate legal request. So it was never done.
I mean, a separate legal request, yeah, but it's not anything. It's the same warrant they needed to get access to her text messages. It's nothing different.
And they never did it. They never applied for the warrant or filled out whatever. They never did it.
See, that doesn't make... I know I've been saying all night, well, they got their guy and they all get to ride off into the fireworks and sunsets and look like heroes, but if I'm a detective, yeah, I absolutely want to know what's in those Skype messages, even if it is just more bullshit.
Yeah, he just skipped right over her when she said Skype. And so they were asked, why wasn't that, the DA was asked, why didn't you do this? And he said, because we didn't request those because Chris Watts pled guilty.
Okay.
So we didn't investigate further into Nicole Kessinger.
But, I mean, listen, I know that you can absolutely trust the guy who just killed his wife and children.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, maybe there's some information Chris and Nicole here forgot to mention in those Skype conversations. I know he's a real trustworthy guy, and you can obviously take everything he says at face value, but hear me out. Maybe he's fucking lying to you, and you should look at every single interaction you possibly can.
Because if he lied to you about what happened, odds are he's lying to you about his mistress.
I mean, I know people in prison are the most trustworthy people on planet. You should absolutely trust anybody who's in prison. I know, but like,
absolutely,
yeah. What the fuck, investigator man?
Right?
Here's more information I can have about this crime. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, Ozzy, welcome. Welcome. Absolutely. They didn't investigate it. They didn't. And then the one thing was said was, well, we don't have. How'd they put it? We don't have the technology now, then, to look into Skype like we do now. That sounds like a bunch of bullcrap.
What do you mean? It's fucking text messages and calling. It's the same thing as, look, you have the technology to look in her phone, right? You have the technology to go in that same phone and hit the Skype button and fucking look at it. What do you mean?
And this is the detective that went in there and retrieved all of the stuff that she deleted. Because she deleted all the stuff the day of the murders. And she called her friend Charlotte and said, delete all of our conversations.
That doesn't make you look guilty as shit.
So when she did that, they asked her why she did that. Oh, well, he just made me so sick. I didn't want to have anything else to do with him. He just makes me so sick. Yet you're still talking to him on the day of the murders. You're talking to him the morning that the detective calls Chris Watts to talk to him at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're already on the phone with Nicole Kessinger. You hang up with her. You call the cops back. And what does Nicole Kessinger do? She calls you on the work phone. So she's on the work phone the same time you're on the phone with law enforcement.
Oh, I see. Huh.
But she's so disgusted with him.
First of all, I feel like that's illegal. I feel like that's like reverse tapping the phone on the cops. I feel like you're not allowed to do that.
Right. So the guy that retrieved all of the stuff, he said she was creepy.
Well, she is. That's true.
And he said she should be investigated.
People who wear shit brown bikinis are creepy. Take it from a guy who looks like this.
And the day of the murder, she Googled, and I don't get this because she's been to the Watts house before. So the day of the murder, she Googled Ronnie Watts and Saratoga Trail, directions to Saratoga Trail. Why would you do that when you've been there unless you're Googling it for someone else who's never been there before, who is coming to help you?
Possibly, yeah. Or, well, why would you? I was gonna say, or trying to make it look like you hadn't known him as long as you had.
Right.
But why would you want to make it like, oh, look, we just met right in the time frame he did this? That looks even worse on you.
Yeah. So she says they met like in June, and he actually knew her when Shanann announced her pregnancy.
Well, hadn't she been internet stalking Shanann for like a year at least?
Yeah, but she told this guy here she'd only known him since right before Father's Day.
Right.
But her
They
search,
have words in Australia for women like her. Ooh, what are they? I
What
love
are
Aussie shit.
yeah, tell us the words. I can use them in some of my titles.
Yeah. Tell me more slang.
Right, we need more slang.
Give me more slurs I can use.
The only reason you don't see a lot of words in our titles is because we're limited to how many letters we can put in a title, and that includes spaces.
It's also the algorithm. If you have a really long title, the algorithm just won't
Pick it up.
People don't want to fucking read. You got to make your title 1 or 2 words, so people are like, a good video.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, we can only put so much, but I did put Huzzy in mine today as part of my title, because she is a Huzzy. But yeah, she's Aussie. I don't think Aussie wants to type it in here. It might. Well, you can kind of type it.
The Carney on Instagram. Send me Australian slurs.
Where's that at? Where you see that at?
What? No, I'm telling her my Instagram handle, CVals_the_Carney on Instagram. DM me Aussie slurs.
Yeah, there you go. Sign language. Maybe you could kind of put it in the chat and we can kind of guess. Put something around about what it would be, and then we can try to guess.
Oh, that's fun. Guess the Australian slur.
Yeah, for the slur for NK, yeah. There is a gnat, and I'm telling
my co-host is going to get mad at me for corrupting you more.
No, it's okay.
He's already mad at me for what I've done, and now I'm going to make you play the slur game.
The slur game. She's not even in chat to get on to you.
Speaking of Australia, this has nothing to do with Australia, but I learned about the history of New Zealand this morning, and it turns out when the Polynesians, apparently Polynesia figured out how to sail fucking everywhere, like 10,000 years before everyone else, but they ended up in New Zealand, and then I forget what it's called. There was a giant flightless bird there that weighed like 500 pounds, and it was just like, it was on the island of New Zealand with no natural predators, so it just became this giant fucking beast of a ground bird. And anyway, the humans came and completely fucked that up in like 25 years, just killed all of them. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, that's why all of New Zealand seems so peaceful, is because they never really had a culture of war. Because like people just showed up, and there was no other tribes to fight, so they just showed up to what was essentially paradise with all the food you could ever possibly want, until they killed all the food you could ever possibly want, and then they had to figure it out. I don't know why Australian slurs sent me down that rabbit hole, but here we are.
Here we are.
Anyway, New Zealand is sick. Starts with W, ends in E.
Winch? I don't think
Winch, is that a slur? I call people winches all the time.
Uh-huh. That's right. Put your guesses in chat.
I mean, is it just the same one that an American would... Are you just going to call her a whore? Starts with W, ends with E.
It's true, yeah. Yeah. I didn't think about that one.
I call people a whore all the time. It's like my favorite insult.
Right. And that could go for either man or, it's not discriminatory. It could be either.
I'm still blown away. Some kid is like, he couldn't have been more than 14. It's like a little kid comes riding his bike down Venice Beach the other day and stops, and I look like me, fucking sunglasses on, chilling, and he just stops and goes, "What the fuck? You playing the Beastie Boys or some shit?" And I was like, "What?
The Beastie Boys?"
First of all, burn. Second of all, you know the Beastie Boys? Like,
I was fixing to say.
who's your parents?
How old are you? Are you an old soul or something? The Beastie Boys.
Well, Cher was like a 12-year-olds know who the Beastie Boys are if they have rockin' parents. So now I just assume that kid's dad is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shocked me so much. I fucked up his joke. He said that, and I was like, "What? No, what? Oh, shit, that was a good burn, dude. Good job." I just didn't. I'm so caught off guard that
You were shocked that he
12-year-old
said the Beastie Boys, right? Yeah. Just like our rare metals. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Let's try to listen if we can stand her.
I think at that point he was just like, I don't. That's just they just kind of like fall apart.
Okay.
Just kind of drifted apart.
Was that your words or his?
What the
Fell
thing?
apart.
Those are mine.
Okay.
Those are mine. He just said that they didn't communicate very well, and it wasn't.
Yeah, 'cause he was busy texting you.
Aggressive way
Exactly.
to communicate. It was just the fact that they didn't like communicate.
You were threatening his ass
They
that he
just-
better not sleep with
They
her.
didn't talk.
Yeah, they had children, and was ever mentioned that he was trying to resolve or save his marriage for the children's sake? Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. Did he
Yeah.
talk about that?
I mean, he told me that he believed that the only reason that those two had still been doing it as long as they've been doing it, he told me
Doing it.
that
I
her
was just
and
gonna
him
say,
had
like,
communication
being
issues.
married or having sex. What do you mean by that?
I mean, she talks like it. They've been doing it. It's not. This is why you will never be married, other than the fact that you are a murderess, and people know
I
it.
thought you were talking to me. I was like, "Damn, Tammy." Fuck.
No, her. This is why she will never be married, because look how she talks about it. They've been together. They've been doing it this long. What is doing it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you mean being married? Do you mean like communicating and compromising? Do you mean the actual sex of what? Doing
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, she just doesn't.
Co-parenting? What? There's a lot of the fuck. Doing it. That means a lot of things, lady.
Yeah. She's in. Ugh.
For about 6 years, where she just seems really like detached and uninterested in like trying to like build something with him. And he said, and I said, 6 years is a really long time for you guys to not fix that, considering they were married for what, 8? I mean, that's like the majority of their marriage. And he said, sometimes I think we just do it for the kids or something like that. I mean, it's been a long time since I've
Sure.
seen these conversations, so I don't know like
Yeah,
verbatim, but it was
we're trying
pretty
to
much just like,
Get you to remember something.
yeah, like, but he said it wasn't just him though. He was like, I think she does that too.
So here's my thing. If you had just met somebody and you had just met them, right? And you'd only been together 5 weeks. And now you're willing to leave your family for somebody you just met 5 weeks ago. But then your mistress gets in here and she's like, it was so long ago when we talked. 5 weeks isn't that long ago.
Well, okay, so this is that date correct? I guess we have to assume it is 8/16.
Yeah.
So this isn't that long after it happened. So I'm trying to devil's advocate here. If this interview had taken place like a year after the murders, then you could be like, well, I mean, it's been over a year since we had these conversations, but wouldn't this only be like a couple of months ago at this point?
No, 3 days.
Oh, yeah, shit, I forgot what month
Yeah.
8 is. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so it had, even if it was 5 weeks ago when you met him, I can remember conversations Cher and I had 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's not a long time ago. When you say a long time ago, that's like a year or more.
Right, that's what I was saying. If it had been a year and a half, then
Yeah.
okay, sure, but
So that
Yeah,
tells me they've been together longer than 5 weeks.
sure seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't understand why Chris Watts protected her. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because if you love those girls and she did it, why are you protecting her? Why would you protect somebody that took your girls out?
I mean, I have always thought it's really weird how, one, how quick he admitted it, but two, how he kind of also admitted he's doing this to protect her.
Right.
Like, everybody kind of knows he took the fall so fast so that they would quit looking into her, and I don't know why. Even if I'm with my mistress and she convinces me to do this to my family and we're going to ride off into the sunset and whatever, once the reality hits that I'm now a convicted murderer and I'm going to prison forever, I don't give a fuck about that bitch anymore.
Right.
I'm not trying to protect you. I'm going to prison too. You were a part of this. Eat your half of the shit sandwich, lady.
And you're willing to take a fall for somebody you only knew 5 weeks?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
That's an awful big fall for somebody that you've only known 5 weeks.
Yeah. Lust makes you do stupid shit, though. I mean,
Obviously.
I've made, obviously nothing like this, but I've made some pretty fucking dumb decisions looking back. Like, dude, you only knew her for like a month when you made that decision. That's really stupid.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I feel like, because they gave the evidence, I guess they showed Chris the call log I think they were showing him the call log because they retrieved Nicole's calls,
Mm-hmm.
and they showed him what they got. They showed him what they retrieved. So my only guess for that is they were trying to get him to turn on her, and instead he took the fall.
It could have been, yeah. That could have been.
That call log shows her guilt. It shows all of the communication.
Well, yeah, if nothing else, it shows she definitely knew more than she is leading on.
Right. Right. But yet, he still takes the fall for her. I don't. Could I see it any better if you had known her 2 years? No, because
Yeah, no.
either way, if you'd known her 5 weeks or 2 years, you shouldn't have done what you did. But I could understand him being attached to her more if it had
Like,
been
even let's flip this around and let's say I'm with a woman for like 20 years and we're super in love and everything is perfect and da 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 da, and she convinces me to do something crazy and I go to prison for it. Once again, as soon as I get convicted and I'm going to prison, well, okay, bitch, you get to eat your part of the shit sandwich too. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck if we've been madly in love for 30 years. You were a part of this shit too.
yeah,
I'm not taking the fall for anybody. I'll take responsibility for myself, but I'm not taking the fall for fucking anybody.
right. And so I don't understand why he did take the fall.
I mean, I guess so he could keep getting titty pictures in prison. I don't know why else.
Because she was sending him, when she says in this interview, I told him to step back, take a step back from me and him, and work on his marriage when he went to North Carolina. She was sending him pictures while he was there, nude pictures
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
while he was there, communicating back and forth with him, because Shanann said he's been sitting out in the living room this whole time. He won't even sleep with me. That was in North Carolina.
No, I mean that's exactly how that goes. That makes complete sense. As soon as this goes for both, whether it's the husband or the wife, whoever it is, as soon as someone finds their next, whoever they're gonna jump to, this is not a slur. I've been making jokes about saying slurs all show. There's a term for it. It's either monkey grabbing or monkey branching, but basically it's somebody who will stay they'll stay in a relationship, or they'll stay they'll stay with the person that they don't want to be with well after the time when they should have broken up with them, just to make sure that they can set up another relationship. So
Gotcha.
that the second they leave this one, they already have this one, and they don't have to spend any time alone.
I was going to say, so they're not alone.
So this seems like he wanted to leave Shanann. He knew he was going to leave Shanann, but he didn't want to do it until he had immediately another woman to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Bitch.
You know, I mean, and it was like this equal part where they are just kind of like going through the motions, I think. And so, like, when he told me that she was cool with like the 50% everything and just like breaking it off and being really civil about it, it kind of made sense to me, because I was like, the way he made this sound, it wasn't, oh, she's this horrible person, or oh, I'm this horrible person. It was, her and I have drifted so far apart that it's kind of a mutual agreement that this is not going to work.
So in those 6 years, though, they had 2 children.
Yep.
And you said earlier you did not know she was pregnant until reading the newspaper.
Yep.
So that never came up in any conversation. There was no indications that that was going on.
None.
He never hinted.
You liar. You knew the day she told Chris because you was on the phone with him before he got home. She knew.
Is that true? I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yep. And she also seen it on Shanann's Facebook.
Well, obviously, yeah, but I mean, I believe he was on the phone with her.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe that he found out and she was the first person he texted.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say they've been dating longer or seeing each other longer, because he was not supposed to be sleeping with Shanann. Well, he could have been telling her, I'm not sleeping with Shanann, I'm sleeping in the basement, but he could still have been sleeping with her. She wouldn't have known it, right? Because he's at home and she's at her house. But if she's pregnant, he's sleeping with her. And he's been lying to Nicole Kessinger. So
That's a weird spot to be in, actually.
yeah. Well, he put himself there.
Well, it's a weird spot to... I'm putting myself in the shoes of being with somebody who...
Yeah.
Now that I say this out loud, fuck. I'm putting myself in the shoes of being with somebody who is living in the same house with their ex-husband or wife and just having to trust that person that they're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
And that-
I mean, maybe they're genuinely, like, if he genuinely didn't want anything to do with Shanann, maybe they weren't, but I can see how that would make Nicole, like, inherently jealous. Like, oh, well, you're still living with her, what are you fucking...
Yeah, and probably he was telling her that, but he wasn't treating Shanann that way until she went to North Carolina, and he went up there to see her, and that's when he started treating her like Nicole wanted him to be treating her. But before, he was just telling Nicole that he's doing that. But if she turns up pregnant, that's not, then Nicole's like, well, you were sleeping with her and you told me you weren't.
Well, and also, as a dude, I mean, even if you're ready to break up with somebody, if Shanann gets out of the shower and doesn't put any clothes on and comes in there, like,
Right.
I'm probably going to leave you, but also...
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no telling what he was telling her. Because with Shanann,
I'm sure he was telling her, oh, we're done, and I hate her, and I'm disgusted by her, and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing, buddy. You were attracted to her enough to have technically 3 children with her. So I always question that when people break up and they're immediately like, oh, that person was so gross and disgusting. And I'm like, well, weren't you with them for like 8 years? What?
yeah,
So you're just with somebody you think is fucking disgusting for 8 years? What's that say about you?
right. Yeah. Yeah. So I see her as being very jealous. NK. Very
Oh,
jealous.
absolutely, yeah.
Very
And I guess I hadn't even thought about, like, I knew that Shanann had been concerned that Chris didn't want anything to do with her and, like, wouldn't have sex with her and whatever. I never thought about it from Nicole's perspective about her not wanting him to have sex with his wife, which is fucking hilarious, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what was going on.
Yeah. Sure it was. And see, before he could lie to her, but when Shanann got pregnant, it was like, okay.
Well,
And-
right. What is she, fucking Jesus' mom? Was this a little Jesus baby?
Well, that's when he told Nicole, well, it's not mine. That's
Oh.
where that come up. Because
Right.
yeah, but it's not mine.
Just like when you go on a vacation with someone, but that you don't talk to them for the entire vacation. You guys both just sit on the other side of the room with your backs turned to each other or
Right.
something.
Right. Yeah. And that's when he told
Hmm.
me, well, the baby's not mine. Well, you told her that because you told her you wouldn't sleep in with your wife, and now that she's pregnant, now you're saying that trying to blame Shanann on stepping out on you, and now she's pregnant, and that's not true.
But
So that's where
also,
that came from. I think that's where that came from.
but
I think
also, Miss
that.
Nicole, let's flip this perspective around. Is this really somebody you want to be with? If he's telling you, oh, my wife is gross and I don't want to be with her and I don't want to touch her and da 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 da, well, but then he's lying to you and he still ends up getting her pregnant, is this really somebody you want to be with, Nicole?
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to lie to you about sleeping with another woman?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Yeah.
And yet, here you are being a weird, jealous bitch.
Yeah. And he's murmured his wife, and that's somebody that you want to be with. That, I mean, why would you think that cheating on her, he's not going to do that to you? The next one that comes along that offers him something he's never done before, he's going to go with.
Well, right. I also find that, I mean, confusing. I was going to say intriguing, but it's always weird to me when, like, the same type of situation, somebody is still with someone, but they want to break up, but they start a little side thing before they officially leave this other person, and then fast forward and all of a sudden they're cheating on the new person they got with, and it's like, well, yeah, no shit, look at how you guys met each other. You
Yeah.
think they're not just going to turn around? Like, I have experience with meeting someone online and having a connection and like all this stuff happening, and then later on I thought that person was doing it to me, and I called them out for it, and they were like, why would you ever even think I would do that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe because I've been a part of it with you and you've done it to someone else before,
Yeah.
like with me, so why wouldn't you just move to the next guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, again, Nicole, do you not think he's just gonna move to the next girl who puts on a shit brown bikini and
Yep.
flashes him a booty pic?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Or gives him something you're not.
Right. Suddenly he unlocks like a weird feet thing or something, and
Yeah.
then now he doesn't like you anymore?
Yeah. Because she Googled, I don't know how to say it on here without saying it on here. She Googled how to do certain things in the exit zone.
Oh yeah, how to clean out your butthole?
Yeah, with double P's, with biracial people.
She Googled this or she watched it?
Googled it for 45 minutes. How to prepare for it.
What do you mean how to?
Yeah, that's what she Googled. I wrote
They
it.
make a oh, Jesus Christ. They make a shower head nozzle. It's shaped exactly how you think it's shaped, but you just you clean it out with some water pressure, essentially. That's how you prepare for that.
Well, let's see if I can find it. I wrote it down. I was like, what?
I fucking love this podcast.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I wrote it down. Hold on.
You wrote down what? The brand of it?
No, I wrote down exactly what she Googled.
Oh, fucking be careful with that.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm looking to see
I'm
if.
just saying, if you ever need to know how to pressure wash your butthole, they make a shower attachment for it.
Well, she was on there 45 minutes.
I don't think it takes that long.
Yeah. She was searching it that long.
I know, I'm just saying, I don't think the act itself takes that long. Right?
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty quick, like, in and out, you know? You want it to get in there and then get it out of there as quick as you can.
Yeah. But she was wanting to put something else there.
What the fuck are we doing? Now I see why Cher doesn't want me talking to you. Just here talking about anal douches with Tammy. Fucking welcome to this podcast.
That is what she wanted to do with Chris. So she's researched it for 45 minutes.
And you know what? More power to her. Like, that's fine. You don't need to Google that. It's simple.
I'm just
weird how people question my sexuality, right?
She did. She Googled it, and I can't find it, but she did Google it.
I mean, I believe it. Again, what a weird thing to Google. First of all, lady, have a little fun. Be spontaneous. You don't need to have a plan. You just get Chris and you get whatever other race, since biracial was in there. Apparently you need a black dude for this, but whatever. You just get them and you see where it goes. You don't need a plan.
Carrie D, we're very sorry you came in at this moment.
I'm not. You're welcome.
You may be what? What did I hear? But welcome to this show.
What I'm doing is I'm creating a viral moment. Fortunately, the viral moment is about...
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Hey, this is the weirdo that researched it for 45 minutes. She was obviously interested in a lot of stuff that she was reading. So she couldn't get enough of it, apparently. And she also
couldn't get enough of something.
She also Googled.
But hey, wait a minute. That's not fair. She gets to have biracial dude, whatever, blah blah blah. But Chris isn't even allowed to sleep with his own wife. That's not fair.
That sounds like, I don't know what that is. Plus, she was Googling, the videos that are XX rated. I don't want to say on here.
Well, that's what I was saying. Was she Googling this or was she just watching it?
She was Googling both. She was Googling the XXX movies.
She was watching it and then trying to figure out how to do it?
It didn't say what she was doing. It just said she was Googling that, and she was Googling how to prepare for blah, 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 and double P.
Why do you need to further research that? Like, I feel like if you see the video, like, why do you need to further research this? You know what it, that, like, you've seen how it works. Why do you need to read a research paper on it?
Yeah. Why would you even do that to begin with?
Also,
Wanted to give him all the first. Well,
also, but that doesn't seem like a first for him, though. That seems like she wins. As a dude, I don't want another dick involved. That seems like she wanted that.
Right. Right. That's what she is freaking creepy and weird.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I just feel like it's a double standard. She's allowed to have biracial threesomes and get banged out by every dude walking down the street. He can't even have sex with his own wife. You know, there seems like a real double standard here.
Yeah. Yeah. Narcissist.
Watch Nicole Kissinger turn me into a Chris Watts sympathizer. I'm like, you know what? No, he's right. I back him now. He made the right choice.
Well, what makes her think? And just say this happened. Say he got away with it. Say they got away with it. Right? And the others are gone. And they got away with it. And they go on living their life. What makes her think he's not going to do that to her at some point?
The killing or the
Yeah,
divorce?
both. I mean, what makes her think that he's not going to
Well, that's very true. I mean, to go back to the point I just made about, like, if you meet somebody by them cheating on their significant other with you, what makes you think they're not just going to turn around and cheat on you?
Yeah.
By that same logic, you're right. If you know somebody killed somebody, what makes you think they won't do it to you?
Yeah. How can you live with somebody? I guess if you both got away with it, it wouldn't be hard for you to live with each other. But how could
I
he?
feel like that would make me, if I did that with somebody, I feel like it would just make me more paranoid about them because I know they're capable. I've seen them do it.
Yeah.
So now every time Chris gets mad at me, I'm going to be afraid to go to sleep because I'm afraid I'm going to wake up with him choking me out or stabbing me or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how they wouldn't be, how they could trust each other after what they've seen and done.
Well, I mean, look at...
be a good connection forever.
I'm trying to think of a good example here, but yeah, look what happens when like a gang or like a mafia ring falls apart. There's like everybody has dirt on everybody.
Yeah.
So as soon as one person talks, everybody starts talking about everybody and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
I feel like in this situation, it's the same kind of thing where like as soon as one of them slips up or does something that the other one doesn't like, it's almost like we're having a race to see who kills who first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't understand how they could trust each other. Knowing what they, because I know she knows what happened.
Clearly. Once again, I don't know how you trust somebody who's cheating on their wife.
Right.
In general, how do you trust that, let alone knowing what he's capable of?
Right. Exactly.
Anything like that, as far as you knew, he was just leaving her, he had 2 children, and that was the final take on that.
Yes, I know why he lied to me. He lied to me because if I'd have known that he had a child on the way, I'd have never wasted my time with him in the first place. Like, none of this would have ever even occurred if he would have just told me the truth.
So you would waste your time with him when he has a wife and 2 children already. But the third one, that's where I draw the line.
That's my limit.
Well,
That doesn't even make any sense.
right. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I draw my line at 3 kids. And when he told you he was married, well, first of all, he didn't have to tell you because you looked him up a year ago. You already knew he was married. You pursued a married man, period. You knew he was married. You knew he had kids. You've been on their social media. You've been in Shanann's chats, you knew he was married.
Let's play her game and pretend she didn't know they were married.
Okay.
This whole conversation she's having with this detective is about the times that he admitted to her that he was still married and that things are coming to an end and he wants to get out and blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
So even if she didn't know, fucking yes she did, because she's sitting here telling the detective, oh, he was telling me this and that and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like you can't really backpedal your way out of knowing what his situation was.
Right. And just say this. We'll play it this way too. Say she just met Chris for the first time, right? And they work at the same place. Imagine that. And since they work at the same place and you're over safety, you kind of know everybody in the plant or everybody in the office or everybody. Since you're over health and safety, you have to know the employees and everybody that's there, that works there, because you have to do, I don't know if she did their safety or she did environmental safety. But either way, you got to know your employees, because you got to make sure they're wearing their right stuff, right? Mask if they need a mask or whatever. But just say she just met him and she didn't know any of that. Wouldn't you wonder why you couldn't hang out every night? Or wouldn't you wonder why you had to you could only call him at certain times, or you had to go out on nights, special nights or something? There was like, oh, well, I can't come over tonight, but I can come over, on Tuesday nights or something. Wouldn't you wonder why you couldn't be together all the time, or you couldn't just pick up the phone and call him anytime, or you couldn't go to his house? Wouldn't you wonder that? Just say,
I mean, you would think so, but
that would be suspicious, right? If you couldn't just pop over to his house or stay overnight with him, that would make you automatically suspicious that maybe he has a girlfriend or a wife.
Also, to your point, though, I'm sure, like you said, she was in safety, whatever that means. So I'm sure she had files on all of the employees, and I'm sure it said, okay, emergency contact, Shanann Watts, relation, wife. I'm sure she had one of those files in front of her. So even if she didn't know, she could just go over to her desk and look up Chris Watts, and oh, look at that, now she knows.
Right. So it's just, surely the detective sitting there listening to her knows she's full of shit.
I would hope so. If not, they need to find a new detective.
Uh-oh, grumpy grandma, you got caught up.
Nice.
Did you hear our good conversation about Google searches? Cher missed it. And you're going to be in trouble, Casey.
Oh, I know. The group chat's going to be lit later. When Cher sees this episode, she'll be so mad at me.
If it's not lit now. Is it lit now? I ain't even been paying attention because I have my phone turned down. No, it's not. Okay.
Well, hopefully Cher has to work tomorrow, so she's going to bed early, so she won't have time to yell at me tonight.
That's right. Well, it really was not planned to go downhill and into the gutter and down the cesspool hole, but it did end up there because I was trying to get around. I was trying to do it gracefully, but there was no graceful way.
No, I'm here, so.
Around. I mean, there wasn't a graceful way around it anyway. I mean, I was trying to do it so not to get hit on, the streets here, but she did Google that, so. we'll blame the grossness on her. It was entertaining. Okay, good. Hey, that's what we were going for at least. It was entertaining. Oh.
If, let's say this week, you guys were to go look at some apartments, and this is hypothetical, but you've never found out that his wife was pregnant, would that have changed anything? Like you just said, if I knew his wife was pregnant, I wouldn't be in this picture. So if his wife was not pregnant, and forgive me, but if he takes her out of the picture, you're never going to know that she was pregnant, right?
What do
Huh?
you mean takes her out of the picture? Like,
If he murdered her, she's out of the picture. You're never going to know if she was pregnant. If he can get away with murder, you're not going to. I got divorced from my wife. You say, do you understand what I'm saying here? If she's gone.
He is confusing the crap out of. Did he confuse you?
I think I know where he's going with this, but yeah, bro, you need to figure out how to say that better. I
Yeah.
think where he's going with that is, why would he tell you she was pregnant if he just kills her? No one would ever know she was pregnant.
That's because they planned it. She was a part of it, and she did know. So your question is stupid, sir. It's stupid the way he put it, though. He went all the way around Dallas to get to Arizona.
Yeah, for real. That was ridiculous, but I think that's where he was going with that.
She's so confused. Look at her face. She doesn't even know what he's asking. She's she's looking at her dad like, huh? Freaking hilarious. Look at her. She's looking at her dad like, I don't know what the fuck he said.
On,
but this,
Don't leave,
hypothetically,
please.
Here?
Don't leave on.
hypothetically, if she,
Okay.
Okay, see, now this is what I was telling you I wanted you to watch. Casey, this is Dad getting very upset because now he's going to tell the detective what to do. And the detective is going to listen to him. Watch this.
understand where I'm going.
Right.
Hold on.
If you're not gonna, I got divorced from my wife. You say, do you understand what I'm saying here?
Look at
If she's gone,
but this,
Don't leave,
hypothetically,
please.
Let me go.
If she-
Let
you're
me
not
get.
gonna-
He already
if he murdered
knows.
her-
He already knows where this question's going, and he already knows that Nicole is going to screw herself with the answer. So he's getting all upset over here because he's going to try to stop it, the train wreck before it happens. And he does. Watch him. And this right here makes me so mad because he shouldn't even be there. He shouldn't even be in there. She's an adult. He shouldn't even be there.
she's out of the picture. You're never gonna know if she was pregnant. If he can get away with murder, you're not gonna, I got divorced from my wife. You say, do you understand what I'm saying here? If she's gone,
but this,
Don't leave,
hypothetically,
please. Don't leave on.
hypothetically, if she,
Okay.
you understand where I'm going?
Right,
If you
but you're-
didn't know,
You're leading into questions that are nothing with your,
if you didn't know though,
wait, Nick,
No?
that she was there,
did you hear what I said?
I'm following you. I just want her to answer a question that relates to, she said something that's important, that if he didn't have a child on the way, or if she didn't know that, she would have continued the relationship, right?
but he killed his kids. At what point does he think that I'm gonna be in a relationship?
I'm not talking about the children. I'm just talking specifically about her. If you only knew, if the kids were still here, and he called you and said, I'm divorced from my wife, and he gets away with this, do you understand what I'm thinking from his aspect?
I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it because I'd be like, where did she go?
Okay,
Because
Holy
I'm under the
shit.
impression that she's a really
All
good,
the way off.
Huh?
I still wouldn't do it because I would want to know where your wife went. Fuck off. No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, okay, cool, you got divorced. Yay.
I
There
know.
would be no... If I was interested in someone who had a... Sorry, my mic muted itself. That was cool. If I was interested in someone who had a husband, and then all of a sudden that person came up to me and was like, well, I got divorced, my husband's gone, I'd be like, fucking cool. And I would have no further questions because I'm trying to be with that person, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's full of shit.
Yeah, she's full of shit. Yeah. I still don't know why. This is why Daddy was there. Because he knew she was going to go in there and get her ass in a crack.
Mm-hmm.
So Daddy's there to save her. Get her out of it. Threaten without threatening. Because he got all hot and bothered then. He's telling him, don't lead her. Don't lead her.
Right.
Because you don't want him to lead her into the answer. So you got to interrupt. And then he calls him by his first name. Do you notice that?
No, I didn't catch that.
Yep. He called him by his first name.
Well, right, again, like, this isn't... I guess it's not an interrogation, but it's a conversation about a crime that happened. He's just talking to this dude like he's at the bar with him.
Mm-hmm. Now watch here. He'll call him by his name. His name is Nick.
On the way, if she didn't know that, she would have continued the relationship, right?
But he killed his kids. At what point does he think that I'm going to be in a relationship?
I'm not talking about the children. I'm just talking specifically about her. If you only knew, if the kids were still here, and he called you and said, "I'm divorced from my wife," and he gets away with this, do you understand what I'm thinking from his aspect?
I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it because I'd be like, where did she go?
Okay.
Because I'm under the impression that she's a really good mom. Like, he never bashed her momming skills. Like,
Mom and skills.
No, I wouldn't, no.
Okay.
No.
And that.
I mean, to be fair, I would say that, but, like, yeah, fucking I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to generally, well, I'm learning more and more that that's not the case. I was going to say we have to generally assume most people are better spoken than me. Most people know words.
Yeah.
Either way, I say crazy shit all the time because I think it's funny to say crazy shit. And then people say her momming skills, like, actually seriously. It makes me remember how dumb people are.
Yeah. Yeah. Mom and skills. Yeah. That I don't understand either. Why they allowed him in there. I know why he's in there, but the fact that they allowed him in there is aggravating. Maybe if they were interrogating her, he wouldn't have been allowed in there. But
It kind of seems like he would, though.
Yeah.
He seems pretty buddy-buddy with this detective.
Yeah, he calls him by his first name. You're going to hear it in just a second.
You guys never had a conversation about the child, period.
I didn't know at all.
All right. And by your words, if you did know, you would have ended the relationship.
Well, because it wouldn't have made sense to me that he's like, I'm getting separated. Oh, by the way, I have a baby on the way. It's like,
That's 15 weeks.
you are a liar. You're just trying to sleep with me. That's what I would have probably interpreted that as, and I'd have just shut that
Yeah,
up.
you knew that. That's why you were sending him fucking titty pictures.
Right. Right.
God.
And
Why
that
do- okay, again, I'm sorry, ladies, but you can't send a dude titty pictures and then be like, he just wants to sleep with me. Fucking yeah, because you're sending him nudes.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing.
Men are very simple. Men see titties, men enjoy titties. That,
Yeah.
what
Well,
the fuck?
There are so many pictures under that calculator app that you can't show. She sent so many pictures
Yeah.
of herself to him. A
To
lot.
keep him looking at her so he wasn't looking at his wife. Yeah.
Yep. She knew what she was doing. She
But
knew
then
the
you can't do that because now, as a dude, dudes try to match the energy, right? So if your girlfriend is constantly being horny, then you're going to be constantly horny. So if you're always sending this dude nudes constantly, now he's thinking, oh man, this chick just wants to do it like always, no matter what.
Yeah.
So then when he's constantly being a horn dog, you can't turn around and be like, all he wants is sex. Like, you
Right.
kind of trained him to do that.
And they used to have it, according to her, 4 or 5 times a day.
That seems excessive. That just seems annoying at a certain point. I got shit to do, man.
But according to her.
Well, unless it's 45 seconds every time, in which case, you know.
Well, who knows at this point?
I'm just saying, if you're having 3 or 4 hour sessions, I don't have time to do that 5 times a day, you know?
Right? That's a whole day gone.
They're right.
Or
Like,
the night.
if you're lasting 30 seconds, then I guess, yeah, you can do it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it might equal one time. 30 seconds at a time. Right? Just saying. Just saying.
It might equal 1 time. It's fucking crazy. Oh, God damn it.
See what happens when Cher leaves us? I'm telling you.
Oh, I know, dude. You think Tammy's the responsible one. Look what happens when me and her get left alone.
That's right. Oh, this is it.
We can move past that. The week that he comes back from North Carolina, you don't remember, somewhere in the first couple of weeks of August.
Yeah, I think it was the second week, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yes, you
So
do. Stop
we'll
it.
just use August as a time frame. Is that fair? Because you know he left in July and he comes back in August. How many times do you think you see him?
I saw him a few times. I saw him this past Saturday. I saw him the Wednesday before that. And he wanted to see me more. I was the one who wanted my space. I was like, nope, your kids are home. Go hang out with your kids.
You did not.
And even on
Stop it.
Wednesday, I cut it short. Like, he came and hang out with me for a few hours, and then I was like, go chill with your kids. I was always like,
Do
really
you
respectful
know
person.
specifically where you guys went? Did you meet at your house? Did you guys go to any restaurants? Did you go to establishments? Where'd you go?
Last Wednesday, he came to my house. And this past Saturday, we went to, what's the name of that bar that we used to go to? It's not the same, the Lazy Dog, but it's the one off of 144th and I-25. I think it's 144th.
That's
Up there.
the night that Shanann questioned him about.
That he used their account or whatever, their credit card or whatever it was.
Because he had been using vendor gift cards to
Mhm.
take Nicole out. He cut her off because he knew she was lying. She is lying. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
And it's the Lazy Dog.
Yes.
Did he ever mention a Rockies game that night?
No, I don't think so. But there was a, the Broncos were playing,
Okay.
which we couldn't see because they sat us in a really crappy spot. But it's okay because it's preseason. But,
So do you recall what time you went there?
no. I remember, well, kind of. So he had to get a babysitter that night.
Do you know who that was?
Somebody who's really young. I remember I asked him who his babysitter was, and he's like, we have 2. This girl's only 17, but the other one's out of town. So this girl's gonna stay, and she doesn't do overnights, so I gotta be back by 10. And I remember her saying that, and him saying that. And I don't know what time he got to my house. It was between, I want to say like 5:30. It might have been 5, but I don't think so. Because I think the babysitter, if I remember correctly, showed up at like 4:30 or something. And he was like,
So if he could have gotten the 17-year-old, he couldn't stay with Nicole overnight. Had the other babysitter been available, he probably would have stayed with Nicole that night.
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee you, yeah. Any chance he got, he was probably going to, like, staying with her.
And Shanann would have wanted to know, where did you stay all night? You had a babysitter.
Don't worry about it. I slept in the park.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Which, to be fair, if you're me, sorry ladies, if you're with me and I don't come home one night and I say I fucking fell asleep in a park, like, that's probably the truth of what happened. I've woken up in weird places in my life and just been like, well, fuck, that was a bad night.
yeah. He doesn't even sound like he cares, just something in his voice. Yeah. That was she at the house then?
No, she was saying he came to her house.
Yeah. The 17-year-old came and stayed with the kids while they went to the baseball game, Rockies game. But he couldn't spend all night with her because the babysitter couldn't stay all night because she's only 17. So he had to be back by 10. And so Nicole was going to go home, and he was going to take Nicole home, and then he was going to go home. But he was late coming home.
Ooh.
He didn't get home till like 10:30, 10:45. And the babysitter's mom got there at 10 because that's when he was supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
She sat out in the driveway waiting on Chris to get there. And so she would have seen who dropped Chris off.
Yeah. Do you know if they've talked to the babysitter's mom or anything?
They were supposed to. They were supposed to talk to the babysitter's mom. And the babysitter even said, I didn't see who dropped him off, but my mom would have because she was in the car. And that's when the recording cut off, so we didn't get to hear the interview. We didn't get to hear him talking to the mom. That's what I said. I know, but she said, I remember her saying, then corrected herself real quick. Hold on, let me go back. Was it very far back, or was it just a few seconds ago? I remember her saying that, then corrected herself quick. Okay, let me go see. Let's go back a little.
A few seconds ago, I guess.
somebody who's really young. I remember I asked him who his babysitter was, and he's like, we have two. This girl's only 17, but the other one's out of town. So this girl's gonna stay, and she doesn't do overnights, so I gotta be back by 10. And I remember her saying that, and him saying that. And
I remember her saying that. I remember him saying that. So she was there. That could mean she was there when the babysitter said.
Oh, she was standing there when the babysitter said, okay, I can be here, but my mom will be here at 10. Yeah, that could be what that is.
Good catch. Good catch, yep.
Good catch.
It is a good catch. That's what you're thinking? Yep. And that's very well she could have very well been there. Yep. But in the interview I heard, the girl didn't describe Nikki at all. But that part of that interview could have been cut out too. Because he said do you know who picked him up? And she's like, no, because he told me to go and
Well, okay.
distract the girls because they
Maybe
would be
she,
upset that he was leaving. So I went
maybe,
to the playroom with the girls and I didn't see who picked him up.
maybe Nicole wasn't there, but was on the phone with Chris while Chris was being like, "Oh, cool, the babysitter just got here," and like he was just holding her on the phone, and the babysitter was like, "Yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. My mom will be here at 10," and she just happened to hear it like over the phone while they were talking about.
Yep,
Interesting.
yep. Very true. Yep. Yep. Very interesting.
Because once again, I've lived a strange life. I have been on the phone with somebody while that person is talking to their husband, and you do catch little bits and pieces of shit. Like,
Yeah.
that would make sense that even if she wasn't there, she could have heard the babysitter say that.
Yeah. Yep. Especially in the background, if he's standing there holding his phone, which I'm sure he was, talking to her.
Now I bet they were on the phone all day, every day.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know what time he got to my house.
Yes,
it
he
was
did.
between,
Stop.
I want to say like 5:30. It might have been 5, but I don't think so. Because I think the babysitter, if I remember correctly, showed up at like 4:30 or something. And he was like, I want to spend time getting my kids acclimated to her. And then I will come.
So his children didn't even know her.
Oh no, they knew her, but he was saying like he likes to like stay there for a little while he doesn't just like walk out the door when
Okay.
you show up. It's like a transitional thing. And so that's why I'm saying I don't know how long it was. I want to say like 5:30, and then he had to be back by 10, so he left at like 9 something to be back by 10.
So he picked you up, what was he driving?
No, he didn't pick me up. He came to my house. We drove my truck.
Okay, so he gets to your house, you know what he was driving to get to your house?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he usually drives that Lexus, but he doesn't always park it in my complex because the parking, there's not good spaces. So when he was picking up at, a lot of times,
Definitely not so you don't see Shenan's Lexus in your parking lot complex. That's definitely not why.
Mm-hmm. And you know, we were discussing if his work, because he can't go in his work truck
Right.
anywhere. And we were discussing it has a GPS on it, so they know everywhere he goes on it and everything. It also has a weight thing on it, so it has a weight thing, so it knows if you're giving people a ride or taking people around in your vehicle. Now the girls wouldn't have made a difference, but Shanann would have made a difference in the weight.
So wouldn't they have been able to see that when he drove that? Because he drove the work truck to bring them to the site, right?
According to him,
But wouldn't they have been able to see that?
yes.
Then that sounds like okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, they said there was hair and something else found in Chris's truck because they impounded it and went over it. But I still believe they took her out the back door. I've looked at his truck on the inside again, and I don't know how in the hell you would put her on the floorboard.
Oh, I do. You fucking jam her in there.
Yeah, but that
People are
tight space.
so. People assume that like that's no longer his wife. He wasn't gently trying to put her in there and make sure she was comfortable. Like, if you snap her collarbone and break her ribs and contort her body into a weird way to get her in there, oh well, get her in there. Like,
Yeah.
people, it's graphic and brutal, but I think it's kind of the same thing about when I was having the conversation about we were talking about John Bonet and somebody, was it Karen? Somebody was in the chat saying that they have had young children and young kids can fight back, and I was saying, well, yeah, but you're trying not to hurt your child. If you didn't care about hurting the child, you could overpower a child very easily.
Yeah.
If you're handling a body that you're basically gonna go disrespect this body by putting it in a shallow grave anyway.
Mhm.
Do you think he's worried about breaking some of her bones to shove her in the back of a truck?
Yeah.
And she wasn't a very big lady anyway. There's room back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, people get hung up on, oh, how would she have fit back there? It wouldn't be that hard. Shove her in there and shut the door.
Yeah. I think they knew with the weight change in there, that would have registered on the black box. It has
I
a black.
don't know if they really had that thing. I've heard about that, but is that a myth? I don't know if that's real.
No, he had a black box in his truck.
I know he had a black box, but specifically the weight sensor thing, I don't know.
It was on a video that I watched that he did have that on his truck.
So then the police, I mean, I guess at this point he already admitted to moving her in the truck, so it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
I assume the police got that information and saw that there was extra weight.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would there be a weight thing, though? Because it's a work truck, so he's gonna have to put stuff in there.
Well, I guess they don't want them hauling people around that aren't company.
Okay, but if I put a toolbox in there that's just as heavy as a person, it's gonna trip the weight thing. That's annoying.
Maybe it's a weight thing that's in the front, like in the seat area, not in the back.
Even so, if I put a toolbox on the front seat for whatever reason,
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand, even from a company standpoint. I get they didn't want him driving people around or having unauthorized people in the truck or whatever, but the weight sensor thing has never made sense to me, because why would they make a work truck where you can't put weight in it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They said his had one. It would register in the black box.
I believe it. I just don't understand it. I don't know why you would, like, regardless of Chris Watts and what happened, I just don't understand why the company would make that decision.
Yeah. What's the reason for it? Yeah. Yeah. We'll listen to a few more minutes of it.
So just park out there because there's room.
Okay.
So that kind of works so that because there's just not a lot of room in my apartment complex. But off the top of my head, I don't know what he was driving.
What kind of truck do you drive?
I drive a Toyota 4Runner.
Okay. So you guys take your 4Runner to the Lazy Dog.
Yep.
And you said they sat you in crappy...
Bitch, you said you had a truck.
Where were you inside that?
Huh?
You said you had a truck. A Toyota 4Runner is not a truck.
Right. And she had a little gray truck too, though.
Fucking liar.
She had two. But you know what? She sold the 4Runner right after the murders.
Wow, I wonder why. Probably not because she's telling us there was a murderer in that vehicle.
Or a body. Or evidence.
Maybe.
Or evidence.
Evidence for sure.
Mm-hmm. She sold it right after, yep. It was white. It's the 4Runner that was in some of the pictures that I showed in the calculator app.
when you walk in, you just hang a right, and we were like one of the first 2 booths on the right when you walk in the door. It's just not a good, it's a good spot, but just not for the TVs. And we actually went to the other Lazy Dog. We went to the one that you and me go to. Where's that at? Federal and 100 and
20th.
it's 120th and Federal, and we went there, and they have a different menu, and I was like, I don't want to eat this food, so we should go to the other one.
So initially you go to the 120th
Yes.
location. Did you actually get seated?
Kind of, sort of. They were like cleaning off a table, and we were standing there, just kind of looking at the beer menu and the food menu, and I was like, I don't want this, and so we
6
left.
o'clock?
Probably somewhere around there, 6:30, and then we left and went to the other one, and we ate dinner.
And you're in like first or second booth, right to the right of the door. I'm just asking because if they have video, we want to be able to verify that. So that's why it's important. And you're there for how long?
I don't know. Probably we didn't stay for dessert, so I don't know. How long does the restaurant take? Like an hour and a half?
I don't know, I've never been to the Lazy Dog.
I don't know, probably about an hour.
So, don't they serve the same? If it's the same restaurant? Typically, don't they serve about the same?
Same foods or
Yeah.
like? I mean, yeah. I would think the menus would be the same.
So why would she have to go to the other one?
The better service, maybe? I don't know.
She said she didn't like the food, so they went to the other one. I'm like, if it's
I mean, maybe the cook, like, literally the person making the food is just better at making food at the other one, so the food tastes better. I assume it's the same shit, but maybe she just liked it better at the other one.
she just said, I don't like this food they're serving. I go to the other one. Maybe they serve different.
I agree. That's weird because why would you go to the same? If I'm at a Dave and Buster's, I'm like, wow, the food here tastes like shit. I'm not gonna go to another Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, yeah. Google says he texted a coworker aggressively the night before saying he was going to the work site alone. Yes, because it was leaking. There was a leak. And he was supposed to go check it the next morning at Survey 319. Well, one of his coworkers was going to go help him. Going to meet him out there and help him. And he told them no, he didn't need their help. He could take care of it himself. Because he didn't want them to come out there while he was disposing of his family. But they did happen. It sure did happen. He was going to go help Chris because there was a leak out there. And Chris was like, I'll take care of it myself. You don't have to come out there. And I don't think he normally was like that. Normally he would have been probably like, yeah, sure, come on. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just don't know. And I don't know if he was like real introverted and liked to be alone, or I don't know how he acted at work, but
yeah.
I can absolutely see him being like, oh no, whatever, it's so far out of your way, or why don't you just, I'll do it, man, it's fine. But don't inconvenience yourself.
Yeah, I'm closer. Yeah, that kind of crap. Yep.
Hour and a half, and then we went back to my house for a little bit, hung out at my house for a little while, and then he had to leave, and then he left.
Do you recall what time you left?
Off the top of my head, no.
Yes,
I remember he was
late.
like gonna be late to be back at 10. I think
I
there's
went
a
back to my house, but I didn't have time to finish the anal douche before he had to go home.
Right. And I can't remember. She can't remember nothing off the top of her head. But I bet she remembered everything off the top of his head.
Which head? Oh. Because the penis joke.
The penis joke.
Or he starts texting me when he's home at his house.
Okay.
So you can probably figure that out. And I remember I texted him back and I was like, damn, that was quick. Or wow, that was really quick. He's like, yeah, I even had time to stop at the ATM or stop at the gas station, stop somewhere to get money to pay the babysitter.
Okay.
And I was just like thinking like, well, that was really fast. But I think he was still like a little late coming back, but nothing too drastic. So he probably left my house like somewhere around 9:30ish.
All right. And you go straight home, he texts you,
Well, I was already home.
right, no, he texts you. He goes straight home from your house and he texts you that he's home. So that should be in your text message.
It should be. I'm pretty positive that was not a phone call. I'm almost positive that was a text. Sometimes I get them flip-flop or I don't remember, but sometimes I know. I'm pretty sure that one was a text.
Saturday, during your dinner, what kind of conversation did you guys have?
I don't so he's been trying to like eat a little healthier than he normally does, and he's always like been in the working out since I knew him, and he like tries to eat clean, but he was trying to like step it up a little bit, and nothing like the people who do like the competitions and the shows that are all super restrictive. I mean, it's nothing like that. It's just like day-to-day general maintenance, but it's how I eat, and it's pretty healthy. And he's been losing a lot of weight. He lost, I want to say like 13 pounds in the time that we were hanging out. And honestly, when you start eating a little bit cleaner and you start working out a little bit harder.
Well, yeah. Having an affair is stressful.
No, I was gonna say fucking 4 or 5 times a day. He's burning a lot of calories. You know what I mean? That's a workout.
Yeah, yeah.
This motherfucker was probably getting abs based on that alone.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Or it was 25 seconds at a time.
Well, yeah. And it took all day to make one whole one.
I just assume dudes who kill their families probably don't have a good sex life, you know?
Yeah. Probably not. Yeah.
Harder the first couple months, especially for a man, because they lose weight faster. It's not something that's like
Fucking says who?
that drastic to me, but it did stand out that it was like a little
Nicole.
much, and so I was like, whoa, like maybe you're not eating enough macronutrients. So let me look at them. So he had been working on his
Shut the fuck up.
programming, like all the stuff he eats, and I just started going through.
Who talks about that at dinner?
Nobody. Shut the fuck up.
Nobody talks about that when you're going out to eat dinner.
While you're eating. No, you can't have much more macaroni because of fucking macronutrients. Shut the fuck up. There's no way.
And technically you're at a fast food joint because a pub is...
Well, right. I'm assuming you're drinking alcohol and you're eating fucking deep fried fish and chips or whatever the fuck they serve there. It's not health food, I'll tell you that much.
Right, and you're talking about your diet and how you want to start eating cleaner, but yet here you are looking at the beer menu and eating off the menu. I think she's full of crap. I think Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the logical conclusion. This lady's,
Could that
I
be
mean,
right? Yeah. We'll listen to just like 5 more minutes of it.
Them, and I was like trying to figure out like where his ratios were, and we actually spent a lot of time doing that because he had asked me to do it for him, because I just was at the point where I was like, if his weight
fucking nutritionalist now?
You're
he'll be
right.
fine,
Health, you
and if
know.
it doesn't, then his macros are a little off. It's not like that big of a deal like in the workout community. This is like a very normal thing, but
Did
I
you have
just
any other outside concerns?
Now we're
Like
you
potential
see how he's shutting her up because now she's just
she's rambling about nothing.
she's just rambling.
What are you
So now-
talking about? Even people who did... My sister did bodybuilding competitions. You know what she never talked to me about? Fucking macronutrients.
and she's just rambling. She's just talking on and on and on. And he's like, I don't eat this. I just asked you what you were talking about. I don't
Right.
eat no freaking lesson. Just say we're talking about eating healthier. That would have took care of the whole conversation.
Well, and obviously, like, whether this is a criminal interrogation or not, you know why the fuck you're here, lady. When he says, what were you guys talking about? He wants to know, was he talking about Shanann? Was he talking about the kids? Was he talking about the divorce? Like, he doesn't give a fuck that Chris was like, I need to eat more lettuce.
Yeah, he don't care. And guess what? Jail system don't care either. So I don't think they care about your macro whatever either. I'm sure they don't give a crap.
Drug use, alcohol use, any of that stuff.
She just cut him off. He just cut her off.
That you did go, oh, he's lost an extreme amount of weight in such a short period of time.
No, and I wouldn't call it extreme. It was just like, it was a lot, but I mean, when I first started working out, I dropped like 12 pounds in 2 weeks when I first started like
Not that much.
with the diet.
Here we go again.
So the fact that he lost like that much weight, it wasn't, like I said, it was not a surprising amount. I just didn't want it to be like a sustained amount. But no, I didn't think anything.
Okay, so he lost a lot of weight. Did he lose extreme? No, it was just a lot, but it was a lot. Okay, what is it?
That's also not a lot, though. That's
No.
when I guess it's probably going to be different now that I can skate year round, but in Washington, I would sit around all winter from like September-ish until like June-ish usually. I would just sit around all winter and get fucking fat and put on 15, 20 pounds in the winter because I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started skateboarding in the spring, I would drop 20, 25 pounds in like a week and a half because I was just skating so much.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that crazy to drop 10 pounds in a couple weeks.
No. And she's acting like it is. And she's like, well, it wasn't that bad. Well, it was quite a bit.
Right. She's acting like when I was in the hospital for 8 days and literally couldn't eat. I was just on IVs and nutrients and shit. I lost like 50 pounds in a week. Even the doctors were like, oh, fuck, we got to get some food in this kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was extreme. 12 pounds working out and eating healthy in a couple of weeks is like relatively normal if you're being serious about it.
And not even worth mentioning.
Yeah. Like,
Really.
And weird of it just because of like how knitted I am with the like workout community, and I know like this is possible, but it just the thing that
crazy because you don't look like you work out at all.
This takes me back to my friend is an MMA fighter.
Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, it sounds like her MMA fighter buddy has been giving her bullshit weight loss advice, which is hilarious.
Like kind of red lighted me like, hey, this might be carrying on, is the fact that his macros were like pretty dialed in. Like I wrote them and he like didn't stay exactly on them, but his calories.
They don't care about that. That has nothing to do with Shanann.
Intake was about where it needed to be, my experience anyways, for like what he was trying to achieve. And so I don't know, he didn't seem to have a problem with it. He liked where he was at with all of that.
So that was your main conversation Saturday?
That was like a big chunk while we were there, is like us actually going through, because I was like going through each item like, why are your ratios off?
Do you know where his kids or wife were that night?
On Saturday?
Because he's drinking beer.
Right?
His kid, well, you know his kids are with the babysitter. Do you know where his wife is?
She's in Arizona.
Okay, how do you know that?
Oh,
He
you
told me.
Yeah, how do
Do
you
you know
know?
what she's doing there?
I think she's on a business trip. He didn't even tell me right away. He actually told me, I think, like on Saturday or something. It might have been like Friday or something. I honestly don't remember. I just remember I was like really surprised where he's like, hey, like, I'm going to try to get a babysitter if you want to hang out or something like that. And I was like, why do you need a babysitter? Like, your wife's home. He's like, no, she's out of town. I was like, oh,
Okay.
okay.
Is
You
there much
knew that.
conversation
Stop
regarding
it.
You suck so much ass.
or the-
Oh my god. Your boyfriend calls you and says, hey, I'm gonna try to get a babysitter to hang out, and you go, why? Your wife's home. Fuck you. So, well, okay, don't fuck you, because that's what got him into this mess.
Right.
But you're a piece of shit, lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
during those conversations?
Not really. I just asked him what time she was coming home on Sunday, and he just said really late.
Okay.
And that was it. I mean, there's nothing really to
It's
talk
none of
about
your
with that.
business what time she was
So
coming
your
home.
conversation's mainly health related.
Mm-hmm.
You guys return to your house and then he goes home, and then you talk to him for a few hours on Sunday.
Did I? Are you asking me or are you
I'm
telling
asking
me?
you.
I was like, I don't even know. Someday, honestly, so wait a minute. That was Saturday. We're talking about Saturday. We're not talking about Sunday right now.
Okay, so you're still on Saturday.
Yes.
You guys have a
This-
phone conversation when he gets home?
That was the day that he got the babysitter and I went out to dinner, not Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I just want to make sure
That's
you
okay.
got your
Yep.
dates right. So Saturday, yes, we went out, he had the babysitter, he went home. I'm sure we did. We always talk on the phone, and honestly, I mean, Mark,
So here's my thing. You know that his kids are home, and you're always telling him to stay home and be with his kids, but yet he has to get a babysitter and take you somewhere.
Well, yeah.
How is he staying home being with his kids if you're expecting him to take you somewhere?
Because that's not, I can't even devil's advocate this one, because she's full of fucking shit, and she's
Yeah.
trying to tell the detective that she said stay home with your kids, when very obviously she was saying fuck them kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because she knows that Shanann is coming home Sunday, right? Which is none of your business when she's coming home, actually. Nothing is any of your business, actually. You shouldn't even be talking to him, actually. But you are. So, why are you asking him when she will be home? Because you want to know when you can call him. And that's the other thing. He's asking them what was their conversation about. Well, if she's seeing a married man, what do you think the conversation's about?
His wife, obviously. Seems like that's pretty much all they ever fucking talked about was shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So, the girlfriend's going to be asking the nosy questions that she's not really privileged to know. Because she's going to want to know, what do you do when you get home with your wife? What do y'all got planned? She wants to know all the questions. She's going to ask all of them because she's the girlfriend. So what do you think their conversation's going to be?
I mean, I assume it was always about her, or at least the majority of it was.
Yeah. Do I treat you better than Shanann treats you? Am I better? It's always, am I better in bed is the question. Who cares? That always seems to be the question. Well, am I better in bed than they are? I mean, if that's important above other stuff.
Seems to be all she had going for her.
This is true. This is true. So we're going to stop it here, I think.
Okay.
And we will pick it up. Well, I can only take so much of her nasally.
Yeah, when she got to macronutrients, I tuned out. I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck anymore.
I mean, that was a bunch of just freaking word salad gibberish. He was
Came
he
out of nowhere too. What the fuck what were you guys talking about dinner? Oh, I sat down and mathematically calculated out his ratio. What the on a date? You sound like a terrible person to go on a date with.
right.
Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. You honestly think they sat down and talked?
Fucking nerd.
They might have talked a little bit about that, but I doubt it. That is the
Well,
dumb.
like, again, even I said my sister used to do bodybuilding competitions and stuff, and for a while she was dating another bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And like that, I used to live in their basement. That's for context. The reason I know all this shit is because I lived in my sister's basement for a little while. Their dinner conversation was not about macronutrients and fucking but even when they were in the middle of training for a competition,
Yeah.
like for bodybuilders don't, I'm sure they do sometimes, but
Yeah.
that's not dinner conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying that his body looked great, because I don't think Chris is good looking. I think he's kind of got out
I don't
body
think
like
either of them are. It's so confusing to me how people are
Yeah.
like, oh, but Nicole's so hot. I'm like, what?
where.
Right. And then I've heard the argument that she's got a nice body. Like,
Where?
sure, I guess she's definitely not worth killing your family over. She's
Right.
really not even worth ruining your marriage over.
No. She's not even worth having an affair with.
Yeah, like, I don't get. I guess I can understand if he didn't feel like Shanann was treating him very well, and then here comes Nicole and she's treating him like a god. I guess I get that. But I
That's
don't see this argument about, like, she was so much hotter than Shanann. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not really.
no. He's got the body of Johnny Bravo. You know, the cartoon character.
But
Johnny
without the sick hair.
Right, right. So if she's listening to all of these podcasts, she would be busy if she was listening to everybody that talked about her, because there's quite a few creators that are talking about her, and all of us seem to have the same thing, is that we know she's guilty of something, and we all feel like she should have been looked at and investigated more.
I absolutely feel like, even with how do I say this? Even with the evidence we know about publicly, I still feel like there's enough for an accessory charge.
Yeah, yeah. And if she's listening, Shanann is still more beautiful than you, and Shanann is dead.
I hope she's listening. I talked a lot of shit about her tonight. That would be hilarious.
I'm gonna leave it like that, because you are not pretty. But the things that really, I said I was gonna go over the list of things that really get me about her guilt, in my opinion, allegedly. And one of those is her phone ping the morning of the murders at the Watts house. Less than 36 hours after the murders, she searched the address, or less than 36 hours before the murders, she searched the address of the family home. Why would you search that? You've been there. Unless you're giving the directions to somebody.
Yeah, unless you want to share the Google Maps or something.
Yeah, you want to drop a pin. She requested the proof picture of Chris Watts at Survey 319, the day of the murders. Why would you request?
What?
She made him take a picture and prove.
No, I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
what? I didn't know that part. That's fucking weird.
And she had never done that before.
Why? Yeah, why did she need to confirm he was out? Well, I know why, but if we're pretending she's innocent, why the fuck do you need to know he's out there so bad?
Yep. Yep. The night of the murders, they talked 156 minutes.
I don't think he lasts that long. That wasn't phone sex.
That's when, remember I told you she called him, like,
Yes.
he was on the phone with him and law enforcement called him. He hung up the phone, called law enforcement on his phone. She called him right back on the work phone, and he left it open while he was talking to law enforcement. So she knew when he was being called into.
Which that should be a charge right there.
Yeah.
But whatever.
She deleted everything before turning her phone in.
Right, which again shows she doesn't want. Was it this interview we were already watching where she's like worried about her photos? And the dude has to be like, look, everybody's got naked photos on their phone. I don't give a fuck about that. I need to see what you guys were saying.
Yep. And that's why she was worried, because she sent tons of nudes to him. And
That's fine. Did you also happen to say, hey, you should kill your wife?
Right. And she only said that they only communicated by phone and email, but we know they had the calculator app, they had Skype. Somebody said that they had Snapchat. So there was several different lines of communication, but she told them there was only phone and email. She searched Shanann Watts in 2017, and she also searched oxycodone and its effects on someone who takes too much that is pregnant.
The fuck? First of all, Jesus Christ. First of all, it is incredibly hard to kill somebody with hydrocodone. That would have been fucking... Now, if you're gonna knock them out to make them easier to strangle, good plan, but they would have found that in her autopsy.
So, I've been told that the autopsy, there is an autopsy that the true autopsy does show oxycodone in her system.
Is that real or is that fucking YouTubers?
Trying to find it. I'm trying to find that one. It's the where I heard it was from a good source, a good YouTuber. But
I've seen an autopsy come out, like the legitimate real autopsy come out, and people go, that's not true, and just start making shit up. Like,
yeah.
Maybe,
But
I would believe that they used hydros to sedate her, or maybe even the kids, so that, like, the kids didn't feel anything or whatever, but, like, as soon as people start being like, oh, that autopsy was fake, I start going, oh, okay, I don't believe you. You're fucking full of shit.
Yeah. See, Bella fought back. Because the skin between her lip and her gums was busted. And there's bruising.
Well, did she fight back, or did they just drop her on her face?
They think from that it shows that she fought back. The way the bruising was on her face, because she bit her tongue in half.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm not an expert, but okay.
And the only reason I would believe they gave Shanann the oxy to knock her out, like maybe he gave it to her in her water or something and she didn't know it when she went upstairs and went to bed, is because she didn't fight back. There's no signs of Shanann fighting back. And her dad said she would have had to have been asleep or something else
Asleep, yeah.
because Shanann would have fought back.
See, you say these things, but like until
what-
somebody is sitting on top of you with a fucking pillow over your head, like I understand Dad wants to believe his daughter would have fought back, but like when there's a full-grown man sitting on top of you with a pillow over your face, it's kind of hard to do anything about it.
How about a mattress?
Or that, yeah, even more so, yeah.
But
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to have drugged her. I just feel like that would have been, if there's a real autopsy that shows drugs in her system, and then they know that Nicole was fucking Googling what happens to pregnant women when they take drugs, I feel like that would have been the headline.
Yeah.
Man drugged and murdered his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't
But-
know why they would hide that.
I know that for a while they didn't want the autopsies out at all.
Which is fair.
When the case first came out, they wanted them sealed, but
Yeah.
the judge said no.
Well, even if you seal them, somebody was gonna FOIA request it and get their hands on it and leak it to the internet. Like, there's really no sealing that.
I think they said the DA requested that they be sealed, and they're like, the DA knows he can't request that.
Yeah.
The only person that can request that is the judge, I think, in the coroner.
Well, I mean, the DA can request it all he wants, but the fact of the matter is, even if something's sealed, you're allowed to FOIA request it, so it doesn't, there's no point.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with a case this big that got this much attention, like, CNN was gonna FOIA request that shit immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So those are the reasons I think she should have been looked at.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I think she should have been looked at because she was Chris Watts' fucking girlfriend at the time this happened. That seems like all the reason you need.
Period. Yeah. Yeah, and I think she's September lady because they call the girl the woman that went in there. It was in September, and she was seen going in but not going out. So I think it was her, and I think she used that box like we were talking about.
Yeah, who else would it be?
Yeah.
There's literally nobody, like, logically speaking, who the fuck else would it be? It ain't Shanann.
Well, if it was somebody like his defense team or something going in there, they would have came out the front door like they went in.
Right, they wouldn't have been sneaking around and going out the back and shit. Like,
Right.
yeah, pretty
Exactly.
obviously someone who is close enough to it to know the house and the layout and whatever, but also someone who didn't want to be seen there.
And they were called there before then because lights were on in the basement, in the garage and in the basement. Once again, when they got in there, they couldn't find anybody. Okay, well, they knew the lights were not left on, so somebody had to turn them on.
Yeah.
And if she had that code, she was able to get in there. And I so believe that's how she got in and out without being detected. Because she could sneak in and out. And I think she was in there to retrieve something. I think she was in there to get her purse that she left. Because I think that backpack that was in there was hers.
I mean, I don't know why they didn't just get evidence off of it and find out whose it was.
They didn't even go through it.
Huh?
They didn't even go through it. They didn't even look at it and go through it.
Well,
And I bet you
I don't know. I mean, everyone knows the cops fucking botched this case. I don't
Yeah.
really know what more there is to say about that. The
Yeah.
cops fucked up.
Yep. Yep. So that's why I think she should be looked at. But we'll continue to watch this. I do have a video put back that's her call logs. It's a screenshot of her call logs, who she was calling and stuff. And I've got another video put back that's text messages talking back and forth. So we're going to look at those too, but
Okay.
that's all we're going to look at tonight. What do y'all think in chat? Do y'all think she needs to be investigated? Do you think a new case should be open and her be investigated? They all should be in prison. You're right. Leave me alone, Jim, too. Because, see, he was her alibi. Because she said she was with Jim that morning. And that's why she got so upset when the detective said, well, can we talk to him? And she's like, leave him alone. You don't need to be talking to Jim. He's like, well, if I need to set up your alibi, if I need to confirm it, why can't I talk to him? And she didn't want him to. She didn't want him to talk to him because she wasn't with Jim. Well, she was probably with Jim, but they were probably over at Saratoga Trail, in my opinion. I always believe she belongs right next. Yep. Yep. Me too. And they just let her walk free. I don't get it. And if and I'm not saying that they don't want her to go to jail if she's responsible, or prison. But I feel like if I was Shanann's mom, I would be shaking some trees.
But if you're law enforcement, at this point they already have their big happy ending where law enforcement got the bad guy and they solved the crime and look how fucking awesome we are. Like I was saying a little bit before we started, I feel like if like a DA or a new sheriff in town, or if anyone wanted to re-investigate this, they would have to be pretty sure there's something worth investigating here, right, so they don't fuck up their picture-perfect fairy tale arrest. And so it almost seems like they would have to find a smoking gun before they would even be willing to re-look into it.
Right. And I'm sure Shanann's family doesn't want to relive all of that stuff if they don't have to. I don't know, maybe if I was in their shoes, I might feel different actually in those shoes, and I don't ever want to be there. But maybe I would feel differently, but I just feel like I would not be happy with her, totally happy. I would, you know what I mean? I would feel like I would want somebody else there too. But then again, maybe they know more than we know.
I mean, I guess it depends on what, like, obviously Shanann's family has had to come to terms with this in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I guess if they're content knowing that Shanann and the girls are in a happy place and Chris is behind bars and they're okay with that, then you know, that's fine. But I do think they have every right to be making some noise and kind of throwing a fit about, like, hey, if we want full justice for Shanann and the kids, there's somebody out there who clearly had something to do with it.
Yeah. Yep. I still think it went back to Dirty South. NK was sent to do a job and she did that. And that could very well be true. Because she looked her up for a reason. I mean, why did she pick her out of all of the people to look up? I mean, what made her look Shanann Watts up? Did she just see her on the internet one day and say, "Ooh, I want to look you up and see if you're married, and I'm going to take your husband"? I mean, what made her look Shanann up? Was that just random?
No.
Yeah, something made her look. So Dirty South, Shanann used to own part of in North Carolina. And she was in a lawsuit with Dirty South because she was part owner about, I don't know exactly what the lawsuit was about. It was something, because they redid cars. So it had something to do with a car. Redo cars, not a car, cars. But the lawsuit had something to do with redoing a car, or some parts of a car, or redoing it, or remodeling it, or something. Anyway, and she was part owner of that company. And then she met Chris, and she had built that house by herself. She was making pretty good money. And then when she met Chris, she sold that house with everything in it but a couple of things. And they moved to moved to Colorado. Before they moved, her house was broken in while she was there. She left, she came back to get something, and somebody had broke in her house. So there's some money in there somewhere, and I don't know all there is to know about Dirty South. I probably can find it on Kim's channel. I'll look on Kim's channel. I'm sure she's got some Dirty South stuff, and we can show that whenever we get to that part. But yeah, her first house, looking for money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then Shanann sold that house with everything in it except for a few pieces of furniture, and they moved to Colorado. So she does. So I'll go get some stuff off of there when we get ready to talk about that, and we'll show some Dirty South stuff. Yeah. Somebody said she was sleeping with the owner, and then she became part owner. But I know she was really good. She was like the sales manager. She was like big in that company. I mean, she was really good at advertising and stuff. So yeah, I'll have to get some stuff on Dirty South so we can watch it. But that could very well be because, I mean, how did she just pick her out of all the people in the world? You know what I mean? What made her go pick out Shanann?
We saw her fucking Thrive shit on Facebook and looked into her, and then realized she was attracted to her husband.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it too.
Absolutely what it was. That's why everybody knew, well, not everybody, but that's why people knew who Shanann was in the first place.
Yeah, she
They
had
saw some bullshit on the internet and looked her up, and there you go.
she had over 200,000 followers, I think.
Exactly. It's not a stretch to think one
Yeah.
of them was Nicole.
Yeah. No, I think one of them was Nicole. I actually think she...
That's what I'm saying. So she followed Shanann with her bullshit fucking pyramid scheme, whatever, and then because of that, that's why she started looking into Shanann and her family.
Yeah, and that could very well be it. I don't think she just came... I don't think it was just coincidence. I think she found her and then started. You know what I mean? We got it, you guys. That many? Oh, yeah. I can't even get to 1,000. Much less 200,000. I can't even get to 500 on the other channel. 200,000 would be nice though. NK did a sports event for the hospital set. Oh, that's right, she did. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's when she, it was like a marathon, like a military thing. It was like push-ups, pull-ups, going across with ropes and different stuff like that. I forgot about that. She did do that. Yep. Like she's following her everywhere. Sometimes I wonder if she was obsessed with Shanann and not Chris.
That's why she wanted to replace her.
She wanted to be her.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's why NK wanted to replace Shanann. She wanted to be Chris's wife. She wanted to have Chris's kid. She was trying to replace her.
She had a girl crush. She had a girl crush. All right, everyone. Well, tomorrow night, Casey and Cher may or may not be live. It may be on Casey's channel. It may be on Cher's channel.
I think the plan is to do the fun house, but we gotta make sure we're even gonna be able to go live with all the StreamYard bullshit that's been happening lately. But we're gonna do some troubleshooting tomorrow and figure that out.
Yeah, good. Okay.
But yeah, keep an eye on. It should be on my channel. I'm pretty sure we're doing a fun house, so
Okay.
yeah, keep an eye out for that, and hopefully I'll see y'all there.
Yes. Come over and hang out, see what's going on. Good night. Good night, grumpy grandma. Good night, Aussie. Thank you for coming. Love you. Good night, Miss Eve. Thank you for being here as always. And I know everybody that was in here. I'm not sure who's in here now, but thank y'all all for being here. We appreciate you hanging out and talking about the Huzzy.
Yeah, it was fun once again.
Thank you for being.
We're going on 3.5 hours, so
Yeah, we are.
Thank you to anyone who stuck with us this whole time.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Casey, for popping up. I wish Cher could have stayed, but I know y'all get it worked out and get the.
Yeah, we're fixing that tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck
She's
that is, but
working too, so.
I'm gonna help her figure that out.
Yeah, you'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
And I will be around too tomorrow sometime, so I'll be in y'all's chat tomorrow. But yep, just let me know what y'all want to do and what channel y'all gonna be on. I'll hang out and chat and enjoy the show from the chat tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I mean, obviously I'll text you. You're in the group chat and everything, but for those watching, I guess just keep an eye out on my channel for the notification. The plan is to go live, I know that. We also discussed maybe going a little earlier, but we also got to figure out this echo issue we're having, so it may end up being a little later than we anticipated. I don't know, but we're going to go live tomorrow. We're going to figure it out.
Okay.
Best bet is stay tuned on my channel to see when we're going live.
Okay. That works. That works. Okay, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I will talk to y'all later. Peace and be good. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.